Works. Hello, everyone. Are we back? I hope we're back. I guess we're going to find out as soon as the chat tells me if they can hear me. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, it's good to be back. Hopefully there's no audio issues this time. Again, there seems to be a problem between somewhere in StreamYard, between StreamYard and YouTube. Don't know whose fault it is. Probably both these dog shit fucking with companies. It's probably both their faults if I had to guess. But hopefully we're back and better.
Ryan would say whichever one has more good black people working there, he'll blame it on them. So, right, Ryan?
Well, it just depends what we're talking about. There's a couple good black people in Top Gun. I had no issues with it.
It was so good. Now I apologize, Ripa. I don't know if you remember the point you were on. You were kind of on it. You were rolling with it, but I don't remember if you.
I'll probably just call Disney a piece of shit. But I can say that over and over and over.
Yes, you can. You can.
That's pretty fucking easy.
It is unbelievable how they continue to find themselves in this position. But I don't think that ignoring them it helps in terms of like what we do. So I want to continue to roast them because
they should be mocked and shamed. They should be delegitimized.
With this is an attempt to get people to stop criticizing it.
100%.
That's what this is. They want people to stop talking about it. They want you to be scared into submission and say, well, I guess we can't say anything about anyone. They want to be successful by using this person's skin color as a shield. That's the playbook. That's what they've been doing. And the more it happens, I don't know if it was Gary that made the point earlier, but the more it happens, the more people wake up to it, which is why we have to keep talking about it. We can't let them just get away with this bullshit.
This is a long process. This is a very, very long process, and longer than maybe even I thought. Okay, I take it day by day. I didn't know what else I could wring out of fucking Star Wars as far as like the content. Like I don't know what lessons can be learned from how fucking bad they are, other than just laughing at them at this point. But when it comes to attacking fans, everything peripheral, as always, Disney Star Wars is more entertaining outside of anything they actually script. Reminder, third most popular thing this weekend. I don't care if it's the most watched on Disney Plus. It ain't being.
That don't mean shit.
Your things. It ain't being more watched than fucking Top Gun. I think we should just rally that one all fucking week. Hey, great job, third best.
Oh yeah, no, like they're pulling LeBron stats on it. You know what I mean? Like like the most watched thing on Disney Plus on a Tuesday night at 4 p.m. You know, and it's like. Yeah. You know, because the ESPN does that with LeBron. They're like, LeBron has the most rebounds in the third quarter when 7 people are eating hot dogs in the front row. New record. And it's like, yeah, there's no way the buzz for Kenobi. And again, I do think I think we always said that it was going to be huge. It was going to be huge, but the buzz
it's coming out Star Wars Celebration. They premiered 2 episodes, which they've never done for a Star Wars show before. They didn't do that for Boba Fett. They didn't do that for Mandalorian. So when they look for the most watch, we know the way the streaming services do it. They do it off minutes watched, right? That's how they calculate these things. So the fact that you had an hour episode almost followed by like a 45-minute episode, like all that goes into these calculations. So I have no doubts that a ton of people tuned in because there were people highly anticipating this. It's 2 things that people care a lot about: Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. 2 of the only things that Star Wars has left to destroy. And they're well on their way already in just 2 episodes.
Well, I mean, but like I said, the buzz, like if you look at Top Gun, if you look at Stranger Things, and by the way, so I did watch, because I've been so sick. So I've watched Stranger Things, the entire first part of this 4th season, and it's really good. I did not like season 3 very much at all, but season 4 so far, like this half season is good. And it's good because I also watched the 2 episodes of Kenobi, and nothing, like, it moves so slow. It's just like the Mandalorian in that way, where it's just like everything moves so fucking slow and nothing is actually happening. Where Stranger Things, like, these episodes are like an hour and 30 minutes long. You know what I mean? Like, and shit happens, and there's actually development. And I think I saw Variety had an article where they were criticizing Stranger Things season 4 because they said it's not fun. You know, it's like it's too dark, and it is the darkest of Stranger Things that I think I've seen. But the point is that while Kenobi is definitely getting traction, Gary said it perfect. It's the third biggest thing this weekend. That in itself is kind of crazy.
My issue isn't that like the Kenobi's too slow. My problem is that anything's happening, because you know what? Nothing should be happening. Literally nothing should be fucking happening, but they decided to make a show set in this timeline because they know people care about it. They don't want to do anything with Luke, so they want to make it all about Leia, which means that Obi-Wan needs to leave and go to Leia because she's just as important as Luke Skywalker is, right? Yeah. They made sure to point that out to you. They made sure to make that very, very clear. So this show never should have happened. I've been saying it for years. Ever since it was announced, I've been saying they shouldn't do this because they're going to have them fight. People said, no, they won't have them fight. Yeah, they are. They're going to have them fucking fight. They're going to have Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight because they don't care about continuity. They don't care about any of this stuff. They just care about jangling keys and tugging on your heartstrings. And while they do that, they're going to destroy the thing that you love and elevate characters that aren't deserving.
Yeah. And I see you guys in the chat. The chat's kind of the wild, wild west right now. There's a lot of shit going on in this chat, dude.
I've never seen so many people that want me to say the N-word.
I know. It's
man, dude, just say it, Ryan. Just say it.
The chat is crazy. And I like it that way. And you guys know the rules around here, okay? The only thing gets banned is spam. You know what I mean? So have at it, but that means I ain't protecting you either, Disney fanboys, when you get absolutely crushed. But yeah, man, the chat's pretty damn rocking tonight, and I like seeing it. You see Drunk 3PO in the chat too. By the way, shout out to Drunk 3PO. Gary's here. I couldn't have Drunk on because Gary told me the only way he comes on is if Drunk's not here.
That's my stipulation. Absolutely no Drunk 3PO.
I got to give a shout out to Jay too, because I did get tagged by Lily in that Kenobi thing, but Jay also sent it to my DMs. So, but I saw the tagged one first, but I still got to give a shout out to Jay for that.
Well, speaking of
for
Jay,
any and all future videos I make.
Speaking of Jay, why don't you share that tweet from Stephen Wayne Art real quick? Now, again, could you imagine if Lucasfilm actually did this, what the reaction would be if they did this one right here?
Yeah.
Of course, that would be a massive meltdown beyond belief.
We're proud to welcome Gina, well, Carano spelled wrong, to the Star Wars family, and excited for Cardoon's story to unfold. If anyone intends to make her feel in any way unwelcome, we have only one thing to say: we resist. And listen, I don't pay too much attention to the Star Wars Twitter account. I have over the past 8 hours. I've looked at a lot of their replies and who they're talking to. You cannot convince me that this social media account is not run by like a 25-year-old gender fluid Raylo fuck.
Oh, 100%.
Like
they tweeted like yesterday, was it last night, where they talking about L plus ratio or some shit. Did y'all see that tweet?
Yeah, they tweeted that.
No, they literally tweeted that from the Star Wars account.
Man.
From the Star Wars, so like
they're responding to like stan accounts that have pronouns in their bios that are like 15-year-old bi gender queer fucking whatever, they them. That's who they're interacting with because that's their audience now.
Yeah, we lost Star Wars, folks. I mean in a way we lost Star Wars. We lost this one, but we've won. Like when
100%.
the Star Wars account is responding to shit like that and getting that petty. I mean, they gaslit. What did I message you last night, Jeremy? I'm like, they must miss us.
Yes,
really
100%, 100%.
So okay, we'll come back. I mean, it's fine. It's not going to hurt my channel. It's going to hurt the shit out of your IP, but it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to hurt Jeremy. We'll just back the fans like we always do consistently, and you'll just suck like you always do Star Wars consistently, and we'll just keep playing this game until one of us is dead. And the fact that we're not, the fact that we're like a bunch of, I'm sorry, losers in our own studios, even though I do have some bitches, the four-legged kind. I got two of them. Even though we're winning.
Yeah.
Collecting the W's, man.
No, I mean, because we've all got various things going on, and my happiness is not tied to Disney Star Wars or Star Wars in general. It's just not, but it is still frustrating to see them continue to do what they do. I don't lose sleep at night over Disney Star Wars being bad, but it is important to continue to speak up for the fans. That's what, this entire thing was built off of, is, just doing what's right by the fans. And we've seen it time and time again where there's just these companies that continue to put their nose up in the air to the fans, and I don't understand it.
It's fascinating, man.
It really is.
People that maybe aren't, again, you don't have to be that old to remember this. I mean, this wasn't, I mean, even a decade ago, there was some sort of normalcy in this regard. We're in a weird age where you are seeing, again, the audience be gaslit by the people that control these properties. We haven't seen much like that before, where that's like the new tactic. They're using that as a means to say, well, basically, yeah, we're gonna reach down the crack of our ass and hand you a pile of shit, and we expect you to buy it and consume it. And if you call it shit, you're a problem. Like that's what they're doing. It's a bizarre sort of thing, and I just believe that these guys are one prominent entertainment alternative property from being fucking wrecked, because this is not a sustainable thing. And this is what's funny about it all, is that the shills, normies, they'll move on to the next fucking thing. At some point, this shit ain't gonna be this. Definitely with the comic book shit. I talk about this all the time. That shit won't be cool anymore. Like, it'll be something that, it's not to say this is gonna go away, but it'll go to where it was basically at in the 90s, where you had, it was an audience for it, but it wasn't an audience for it like this. And let's say Westerns are the thing again or something. Those guys will move on to go fucking destroy that. And the people that give a shit will be the ones that are left to fucking try to have make something of these ashes after they fucking burn this shit to the ground. And this is why I say don't give these people any fucking leeway. I think they're one fucking legitimate alternative entertainment property that is bold and badass from being fucking fading in the goddamn obscurity. And it sounds weird because, yeah, we're talking about Marvel, we're talking about Star Wars, and I'm like, so what? Who gives a shit, man? Like, fucking, they'll end up like whatever fucking obscure entertainment properties that we've seen over the fucking years. I think that can happen to them because this is not a sustainable practice.
Well, Ripa, you know, you're someone that knows the whole Monday Night Wars just like me. You know what I mean? And we know how quickly WWF fell apart and almost lost it all.
They were at a point where they were losing.
Yes.
There was a point in time where
83 weeks in a row, WCW beat them.
Besting them.
Yeah.
This idea that they can't be beat is bullshit. I actually think that's people that spread that bullshit are folks that are shields that understand that, well, it's an entertainment property that a lot of people pay attention to, and they get some power out of that, right? Because they can't start their own properties. Hell, I was covering the other day some guy trying to do his own like gay comic shit, and then he was begging for money on the internet. After that, like that's what happens when they try to do their own thing. There's no market for that. They have to actually go, they're locusts. They have to infiltrate and take something that people already know and love, right? But this idea that just because Disney is Disney, they can't be like eclipsed or like passed up by someone else, that's nonsense. That's not true. And we've seen entertainment brands that have had larger shares of like the market than what Disney has and have faded away. Like, so to act like they can't go away is nonsense.
Well,
like,
I got another one for you. Nintendo. Like, what happened with the Wii U? Fucking disaster beyond belief. Now, it wasn't due to wokeness and all that. It was just bad business decisions. But you would think Nintendo has such a built-in name, and they do. They have a mega fan base and a mega name. But one bad decision, and there were questions if they should pack up and, you know, move on and become third party. Now, ultimately, they made the right business moves, you know, and they got themselves back on track. But if Nintendo can fall in the gaming world, which they did fall, but they got themselves back up, if Nintendo can fall in that world, then if WWF can fall in the wrestling world, anybody can fall.
Anybody can, and nothing is guaranteed. It may take longer depending on how much you know, capital you have, but to act like this has to be forever, and at some point people won't like act. I think we're already seeing that with Disney. You know what I mean? We've seen that with various other projects. Like, could you imagine even for the MCU the amount of duds that they've laid as of lately? Like, Shang-Chi barely made money. You know, Eternals didn't. This idea that they could just exist and won't and can't be rejected is nonsense. Like I say, it's just we've seen too many entertainment brands that have come and gone for us to act like, well, that they can't go away. But that's what they're banking on. I mean, it's just ironic that Marvel is, I hate to segue into another thing, but it's the same thing. I covered this. I don't know if you covered it, Ryan, where
She-Hulk?
Yes, She-Hulk.
Mm.
The same fucking thing. It was people are mad that there's some
This headline?
right here, that headline right there. She-Hulk is already getting flat for
Good
being
God.
a female-led show. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's the same fucking thing, man. Is that Star Wars is doing that? This is out of the playbook. Same fucking thing. It's unbelievable that they keep running this script and they think that it's going to work. It's like trying to shield themselves from criticism.
You want to see something interesting, Ripa? You know, because I think I watched part of your video where you were talking about
I was
this,
trying
right?
to go to the link, and it
You were trying
turned,
to go
it
to this
turned out
link.
it was an old one, wasn't it?
It's an article from 2019.
Wow, man, these guys are
3
fucking amazing,
years
man.
old. They're saying She-Hulk TV series accused of pandering to the left and squeezing out male heroes. This is like the basis on which they're writing these articles to reach for whatever they can. And something else that's interesting that I found out, we know that this got like massive backlash.
Yeah.
This kind of ratio on the Marvel YouTube channel, I don't think we've ever seen anything like that. 400,000 to 700,000.
That is good, guys.
right?
It's cute. Gary, have we ever seen a backlash on that level for a Marvel property?
No, I went and checked the Eternals trailer and the Miss Marvel trailer, and it's not. There's been like 100,000 dislikes, but not 400,000 dislikes. And quite frankly, that's honestly like, it's probably 650,000 dislikes.
You want to know why I think that too, Gary? Because I did a little bit of looking, because this isn't the only place where this trailer was uploaded. You have all these trailer re-upload places, right? What were they there? Movie Trailer Source, 21 down
Jesus
to
Christ.
4.8 up.
That's
One
bad.
Media,
Holy
31
shit.
down to 8 up. Movie Coverage, 30 down to 6 up. KinoCheck.com, 15 down to 5 up.
This shit's dead on
Entertainment
arrival.
Tonight, 50K
Dead
down
on
to
arrival.
11K up. There is massive backlash. This is not about it being a woman. Yeah, guys, remember all that backlash to the female superhero Wonder Woman? Remember all those sexists out there that came out? They're still here for She-Hulk. It's the same thing, man. And when we were criticizing Ray, right? What were we? We were misogynists then. Now that we're criticizing Moses Ingram, black is higher up on the diversity ladder, the oppression ladder, than white woman. So now we're racist. It's just always going to be something else to defend and deflect.
It is go ahead, Gary. Go ahead.
Just quick, Marvel fans who read the comic books, I know we're a dwindling number. She-Hulk is one of our favorite characters.
I've talked about tokenism
Female
all the
characters.
time. I've said that of all the tokenism and all the tokenized characters, the one character that I said was tolerable and my favorite tokenized character was She-Hulk. People have heard me say that a million times. This was long before this was ever announced. I have said that a million times on my channel. That's really the only reason why, when it can't, because I don't be doing trailer like watches too much anymore, but it popped up on my timeline. I was like, okay, I want to see what they did. And I was like, this is dog water, man. Like the fact that like this looks bad. I didn't even have the angle from the woke shit. I just said this was fucking terrible, man. These guys are not even fucking trying. And then same thing. It's funny how they pivot when I criticize, for example, how Gore looks, right? With Christian Bale. He just looks like fucking, I don't know, Quan Chi from Mortal Kombat. Doesn't even look like fucking Gore. They didn't try at all. And I criticized that, like, you don't like anything. I was like, oh, well, y'all couldn't play the whole homophobe, transphobe, or anything right there because Christian Bale's a white man. So now it's he just doesn't like anything. It's almost as if my criticisms were always fucking legit if you had been fucking listening. It's not like I was just criticizing shit for the sake of being criticizing of things. These things are bad. Marvel is putting out bad property, man. Fucking same thing goes for really everything under the Disney umbrella. And these goddamn consumers, man, these pigs expect you to just eat everything it is that they put out there because they like to assume that Disney or Marvel or Star Wars can do any wrong. It has to be something wrong with us because we're criticizing, not that they're putting out bad shit.
They are the cool thing. We need to support the cool thing, or we will miss out on the cool thing and won't be part of the cool thing, even though we don't really watch it or buy it. We bought a pop vinyl once, so that makes us part of the cool thing. That's what they're doing right now. That is the current MCU stan consumer. And I know I get called out for like my toys, but like, yeah, I bought shit that was really fucking cool. That was really cool. I was a fan for 5 decades of really cool shit. Sorry to bring it back to Lord of the Rings. I always do. The way Lord of the Rings fans love Tolkien, Eric, that's how Eric and I feel about the source material in Marvel up to a certain point. I would say up to about probably 2015, maybe.
Yeah, that's when it went fucking way down.
When it went crazy. That right after Disney got a hold of it and gave it a couple of years, and Disney fight it. Those were the stories of my life that I read my entire fucking life. Same with Eric. Same with a lot of people out there. Yeah, we actually gave a shit about it, and we thought, hey, this company that owns Marvel might get this stuff right. They did in the beginning. Before Disney got there, they brought in Stan Winston, made a pretty fucking awesome Iron Man costume that looked like Iron Man. And they got a guy who looked like Tony Stark to play Iron Man. Wow. And all of a sudden, Iron Man's an A-list character from being a C-list character. So yeah, we had standards. We had expectations, and then Marvel got lazy. That's not our fault. Kevin Feige is a poser. Always been a poser. He said it a couple years ago, bigger Star Wars fan than he was a Marvel fan, but he did watch the cartoons and bought some pajamas. So that made him a big fan. And he let that narrative go out there that he was like this guy. Like, we thought he was a guy who went to the comic shop every week. Fuck no.
He's a fraud. Fucking fraud. Always been one. And the people that, even when you had folks that were praised, I was like, this guy ain't fucking shit, man. Like, he ain't. And now you have to kind of see it. Because like, I guess the honeymoon phase for a lot of people is over with. Now they're just seeing how just bad this like content is that they are putting out. They aren't trying. And this is what I've said as just a person that has done some sort of art before, and I will continue to do it. It's like the audience that cares can pick up when you don't give a shit. It's obvious when you like legitimately don't care. And that's the crazy thing, is that they want you to care and get upset at that you care about more about the product than they do. The people the handlers, let's call them that, they're not the super fans. They're not me. They're not though there's plenty of folks that are like us that could write maybe for them. Those aren't the folks that are getting the gigs. It's Hollywood, man. These are guys that are giving the gigs to their buddies, their cronies. Everybody's honoring promises. So, every source of material be damned. That's like second, third, fourth on their fucking list of things to even honor, because they don't give a shit about it. So this is what it looks like when you do care about it. Of course, you criticize it to that degree. And they would much rather you, and this is why, like, a normie, and I don't use that term insulting, I'm just giving it to you straight. When you have no fucking frame of reference, of course you'll take everything it is that they throw at you and say, well, it's okay. You have no frame of fucking reference. Like, it's like whatever. These people just like the idea of a comic book character or a superhero, so they'll fucking consume whatever. Oh, this character doesn't look like that. Who cares? It's a different universe, which, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Ironically enough, in the Doctor Strange movie, did they not call the Earth 616? I was told that happened.
They did.
Yep. You have been stripped of that bullshit argument at this point, and I don't want to hear it. You can't even fall back on this different universe shit, because they even are referencing that. And when you care, and when you have some sort of frame of reference, dudes, that passion obviously comes out, and you're going to be critical of that. But they think that you're obligated to consume that dog shit, and that's what gets me. This fact that they think that they can just hand you that and say, look, man, we know it's a pile of shit. No passion involved in it. We don't care. Consume it. Fucking consume it, and you're a bigot if you don't. Like, that's insane.
Well, it goes into it's this mentality of people not wanting to be responsible. If I want to utilize a pre-existing universe because I see potential, because it already has an install base, meaning a fan base, then it's my responsibility to respect why that fan base has been around for so long. And then I can carefully, through research and through understanding, I can build upon that universe by respecting what came before it. But these people, they're not interested in doing any work. They're not interested in being responsible. They want the benefits of the universe with the pre-existing fan base because they don't want to build anything from the ground up. Like Rippa, they'll sit there and laugh at Rippa because he's trying to build from the ground up, and he's going to build from the ground up because he's not a coward and he's not scared, and he's also not interested in, hey, let me buy this lore that, you know, that someone else loves so I can make it my own thing, because that's everything he's against.
Infiltrated DC. Pulled the black card, infiltrated DC, and turned Batman into an anarcho-capitalist. That's what. That's effectively what they've done. Right. If I did that.
Right. And so it's a lack of responsibility of wanting to do what you have to do to respect the franchise that came before, the fan base that came before you. Because again, when you buy something like Star Wars, there's a reason it's been relevant for 40 years. It's because the fans have kept it relevant for 40 years. And you need to respect that. Go ahead, Ryan.
And now you have people that not only like intentionally don't respect that, right? Just don't give a shit, want to rewrite all of it. But you also have people coming in that have no idea what Star Wars even is. And that kind of brings us back to the person that started all this controversy today, and that's Moses Ingram. I talked to you guys about this quote she had. Obi-Wan is going to bring the most diversity we've ever seen in the galaxy before. To me, it's long overdue. If you've got talking droids and aliens, but no people of color, it doesn't make any sense. It's 2022, you know. That was obviously ridiculous for a variety of reasons, which people immediately pointed out, like the fact that they have had so many people of color in Star Wars, not just in the past, but also in the past few years, even like stars of series. Was there a big racist backlash when Rosario Dawson was cast as Ahsoka? Or is it mostly a bunch of people that were trying to say she's transphobic and getting her fired? I wonder who that was. But what I'm talking about is specifically things like this. Moses Ingram herself admits that coming into the role, she was not overly familiar with Star Wars lore, and her introduction to the franchise came mostly through the new series. Quote, I had not seen any of the movies.
Unfucking believable, man.
Believe it or not, I've seen one of the later ones with Daisy Ridley and John Boyega, but this series was my introduction into a galaxy far, far away.
Unbelievable, man.
Okay? So, like, so much is starting, like, to connect together why the people that are coming in and are involved in this franchise, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So then when someone says, hey, by the way, you're not the first black person in a Star Wars movie or TV series, now you think that that's racist. Like, what are we fucking talking about?
And by the way, like, correct me if I'm wrong. So the person that said something to her on Instagram about, you know, hey, N-word, you're not the first person. Like, wasn't that a black person that said it?
I mean, it's tough to tell from, like, I don't know. I can't tell. If it was a Batman movie, I'd be able to pick it out for you. But
so if that's a black person calling her the N-word with an A, you're telling me as a white person I have the right to tell a black person how to talk to another black person now? I thought that wasn't part of the rules. I thought I wasn't allowed to talk about the black struggle and tell them how am I going to use my white privilege to tell a black person how to talk to another black person?
White-splaining.
Oh, man.
Did you guys see the Daily Mail call it out?
Yeah.
They I put the link in there. There's so many fucking ads with it.
I'm about to destroy my computer with the ads on the Daily Mail website.
All right, we'll go ahead and then I'm going to read super chats. Daily Mail. Oh my God, dude. Holy
Star
shit.
Wars called out for "Don't be racist" tweet after unveiling Black Star Moses Ingram, despite film franchise shrinking John Boyega on poster in China to please the local audiences. And we knew that was going to happen. Like, we knew that this image immediately would come up.
Like, the minute I saw it, I'm like, there's going to be 50 of those things in there. Get cocked and loaded every time they try to virtue signal. Like, wow.
Just shout out to Daily Mail for fitting every ad in the fucking
man.
They got to be making a fucking killing, bro, like off of these fucking pages, man.
I know what Ryan's been shopping for the last month.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I like gorgeous gift delivery, apparently.
Like backpack boots, American flag.
Men's sexy lace or mesh tops. I don't think that's me. Whatever this part, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Does that say
here.
nutsack? Did that bag say nutsack?
It's a nutsack.
Nutsack. That's an actual bag company.
Oh man, but yeah, just it's all expected. It's all expected, and no one's surprised. But we're gonna continue to roast these fools because they deserve it. Low watermark for $100 on Streamlabs.
Ew.
You guys are on top of all this. The best of the best. Love you guys. Thank you, Low Watermark. Appreciate you, buddy. Zanaximus for 75. Hail to Tuesday night's main event. Good to have the fellowship back this week. And just as steadfast as ever in calling out what places like Disney tries to spew out. Here's a piece offering it to the streaming gods to hopefully keep you going. Godspeed, gentlemen. Absolutely, and thank you. And I got a funny story, and I'm not gonna name these people, even though they took pictures and tagged us on Twitter. I'm sorry, I think on Instagram, but like. There was this whole thing, we have a theme park channel, and we have not gone to Walt Disney World in a long time because of everything. But ultimately, once I got there, I was like, if you're good with it, let's go back. I'll go give my take on, how I see things. And I'm very unhappy about some of the things, not even from a wokeness standpoint, from a business standpoint of how they're running that park. It's absolutely like, it's so ridiculous how much better Universal is than Disney. And I think that's important for us to cover that. People need information. You're going to go down there. You need to know what's better, Universal or Disney. Now, I can tell you right now, like from a business standpoint, Universal is crushing Disney right now, the theme parks. But before we even walked into the theme park, got recognized. And they were Disney fans. Like, they're legit Disney fans. And he told him and his girlfriend, we love you guys. We love Friday Night Tights. And listen, we're fans of this place. We're fans of Disney, and we are so happy that you guys are calling this stuff out because all the people that we follow, they don't criticize this place at all. And the fact that you guys are criticizing it because we see it all the time, but all the channels we're following, like, they're not calling it out. He's like so happy that people are calling it like it is. And the funniest part is the girl, super sweet girl. She's like, "Where's Ryan?" She's like, "Ryan took a picture with Gina. I want to be the other girl on Ryan's Instagram." So they were like, "We want Ryan's toxicity." And these are just everyday fans.
It takes a lot to make the cut.
But I thought that was cool that these were people that, like, they're not looking to be mad. They're not looking to be angry. They are, though. Like, they're not happy with some of the stuff they're seeing. And I thought that was really cool to kind of see that. So that's why Park Hopping will continue to grind and, call it out because it's very important.
Yeah. Did you see this $100 Streamlabs from Saltysaurus Rex? Jeremy, thank you for everything you do for bringing together a group of talented people and creating a community for all geeks and gamers to come together. Also, fuck you, Susan Wojcicki, you commie tard. We will meme you until you cry and make memes of you crying.
Thank you so much, Saltysaurus Rex. That's awesome. Did it just come in?
That was from a little earlier, so you might have missed it.
Okay, well, thank you.
Also, I see another one on Streamlabs. Is this for $5? But we will get to all the super chats, guys. Even if Jeremy dies, I'll get to all of them eventually. I wanted to hit flashes real quick for $5 because it says Rippo, Ryan, Jeremy, and Gary. This is the real Fantastic Four right here. I would say that's true. However, there will be more black people in Marvel's Fantastic Four.
That's for sure.
That was
good.
Bank
On that.
I do want to get this from K-Biz. And by the way, K-Biz dropped 2 massive Streamlabs donations during Friday Night Tights onto the Geeks and Gamers, as well as supporting Friday Night Tights. So K-Biz, and by the way, K-Biz, you left one. I won't get into specifics of it, but I'm very interested in the one you sent about, coming down and visiting. So if you want to give me more details on that, I think we could set something up. So just give me more details. I don't know if you have my email, KBiz, or if you've ever emailed me, or if you're on Twitter. So shoot me a message and let's talk. But KBiz for $99.99 says, are there any MCU stands left at this point? For what it's worth, I kind of enjoyed Kenobi so far. I actually thought Reva did a decent job. Jury is still out on the show for me. And that's totally fine. And we've talked about this before. Like, you know, I think people, like, I even saw the Daily Caller gave Kenobi a good review. You know what I mean? I saw Josiah roasting him for it. But you know, yeah. And so but the reaction
should know better. Sorry, like no way.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you're not coming it with the like cynical way that we are, like knowing the route that they're going, understanding what they're going to do, and you just come at it from, oh, I really want to see Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan again, I'm interested in seeing Anakin again, I can see how you're willing to, like, you know, give the show a little bit of leash, you know what I mean, and a little bit of leeway. Like Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score has been stuck at 71 since the very beginning.
Yep,
I
low.
thought it was it's low for a Disney Star Wars like property for Disney Plus.
100%.
I saw on Metacritic there are far more negative reviews than positive reviews, sitting at a 4.4 on Metacritic. Because Rotten Tomatoes is not the only place where you can review stuff. So it's going to be interesting to track how it goes from here on out, because I think it's only going to get I think it's going to get a little bit better and worse at the same time. I think it's going to be more focused on Reva, but you're also going to have Darth Vader in it.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a little bit from both sides.
Once that fight happens, people are going to forget about all the continuity errors. They're going to forget about.
It's going to be Rogue One.
This whole show exists to set up Rey to mirror Kenobi with Jake Skywalker. They've already done it. Let the past die. There's a fucking quote just like that in the first episode. The Jedi are done. There's a quote just like that in the first goddamn episode. They are
Say God damn it. Say it.
God damn it. God damn it. He fucking Obi-Wan buries his fucking lightsaber in the middle of the desert where dunes move. They can be anywhere from 5 feet deep to 20 feet deep, but I guess he can find it. Another Jedi finds it. Like, this thing is stupid. Objectively, it's a dumb show. It is written by morons. Oh, by the way, we went over the writing staff today, and the one guy with experience wrote a bunch of shit, and you shouldn't be surprised. We don't have any decent writers. The reason Kenobi sucks is because the writing sucks, the dialogue sucks, the editing sucks, the directing sucks. That opening scene that everybody likes, I thought it was terrible. I thought it was terribly choreographed.
You mean the Order 66 scene that people are literally crying about? Because it's just, I can't believe they released something like that. Do you expect every time for there to be like some sort of newsworthy thing that might trigger people? Should they just take Revenge of the Sith off Disney Plus?
Yeah, that's how they feel.
Watch it?
Yes, that's how they feel. Like it's an individual on Twitter. They feel like if they find something offensive, then it should be completely taken out of circulation and not be sold for, you know, X amount of days. Like, they think the world should revolve around them. That is it. And again, those people are welcome to exist in the world, and I and many others are welcome to monetize their stupidity, and that's exactly what we'll continue to do.
That's the best way to respond to these idiots. We shame it out of existence and make
I'll
fun
be
of
honest. I've been called a racist and a sexist a lot in the last 24 hours, and I have missed it. Ryan, I'm living Ryan's life right now.
Welcome back, buddy.
Yeah. Oh man, it feels so good. It feels great. I miss you all.
Everybody's like, a lot of these shill fucking losers are repeating the same shit too. If you feel personally targeted that Star Wars said racism is not okay, then you need to reevaluate yourself. It might be directed at you. They're all saying the same fucking thing. It is directed. It is intentionally trying to gaslight people into thinking if you criticize this character, it's because you're a racist. This is the defense they're running. Having Ewan McGregor out there to release that thing. This is reminder to everybody. This is the eve of the release of another Kenobi episode. Like that comes out tonight, I think. Am I wrong in that?
No, Wednesday. They said Wednesday, so that means it's coming out at 2 a.m. Central Time, probably midnight, midnight Pacific. Yeah.
Right. So like, it's all fucking choreographed. We understand what they're doing. We are not retarded. You are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're the fucking retard. You're the crazy one. You're trying to get us to believe that we're the crazy ones, but it's actually you. But it's hilarious. Like, the theme here is that you have all these people that are control of these properties that have no experience with the property itself, no knowledge on it really. And I just want to be clear that how inexcusable that is to me, to have people that are a part of these projects that have no frame of reference, mainly because you take a property like Star Wars, it is massive. There is no shortage of people that could be a part of your project that have writer's talent, right? That also understand what this brand is about. This is something that you guys have heard me talk about with like Marvel and DC, where you have these people that'll write this shit that admit it, like Ta-Nehisi Coates. That was the easiest one to bring up. No evidence of him ever having read a fucking book in his goddamn life. No videos floating out there of him talking about comics. Yet randomly he gets Black Panther. Then he gets Captain America. Why? I don't know. That's inexcusable. Like that should never ever happen for a brand that is as big and massive as it is, where there's no shortage of creatives. When you have, which this is a perfect segue into this, because most of us have talked about this on our channels. You have an idiot that writes Batman, right? And clearly knows not a motherfucking thing about Batman. Has him see people looting and shit, right? And has Batman have this internal dialogue where he basically rationalizes with the decision by saying that they don't have that they have insurance and that he doesn't give a shit basically about their profit margins. We've seen a countless amount of times Batman has various shit on his fucking belt alone that could disperse a goddamn crowd. For him to say, well, not my fucking problem. There's other issues to worry about. Plus, they got insurance. That is so out of pocket and out of character. But when you don't know Batman and you're writing Batman, well, that's the type of material that you come up with. And that's why I say we care more about it than they do, because that attention to detail, all of us are having the same problem. Star Wars, DC, Marvel, same shit. That's stuff that we care about, right? They don't. It's just a career opportunity for them, man. That's all it is.
Right. You know, one of the writers for the show, Jeremy will love this. Stuart Beadle or whatever his name, wrote G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra.
Oh, yeah, I'm very aware of that.
That makes sense.
Well, dog shit fucking movie.
And all these people like circle around the same places. And the guy you're talking about, Ripple, the one who, you know, Batman sees essentially an Antifa Black Lives Matter riot. And, you know, in addition to the Targets and Walmarts of like the DC universe that are getting smashed up, I guarantee you there's mom and pop shops. I guarantee you there's places that can't afford to wait for insurance. Yep. Batman doesn't give a fuck. You know who wrote that? Gary Whitta, the same person who wrote Rogue One for Disney Star Wars. Like all these people are fucking
it's just rotating. Like
comes back, man.
Yeah, there's on no planet should you write have anything to do with Rise of Cobra and get anything other than excommunicated from Hollywood. What the fuck is wrong with this scenario? But these people just continue to get rewarded for terrible shit.
Scaling upwards, man.
It's so bad. Holy fuck.
Ta-Nehisi Coates writes that dog shit, and they got him. I don't know if it's in limbo, but isn't he doing like Superman or some shit like for DC, him and Jar Jar Abrams? I believe this is the case. You're failing upward. He produced that in it. For those that know, I actually read that shit. That intergalactic Wakanda, I think that's the worst run of Black Panther that we have fucking ever got. And he is responsible for that shit. And somehow he got rewarded with Captain America. And now DC said, hey, you ran that company into the fucking ground. Come over here. And then we got Jar Jar Abrams, and we're going to run out. How JJ keeps getting jobs for that fucking matter, I don't know. This is
not for long.
It's interesting and intriguing because it is like a big circle of people that are talentless that keep getting these fucking gigs that they have no business being around. They don't care. They have shown you that they don't fucking care. Like this idiot, what's his name? Whittle, whatever his name is.
Gary Whitta.
Gary Whitta. So that fucking idiot, I don't know if you guys saw this. He basically doubled down on this shit.
Yeah.
And he gets on Twitter and basically it's like, well, it's making the right wing. Remember, everybody to the fucking right of Mao is right wing, right?
Yeah.
So he looks at it like a victory because he's a spiteful piece of shit. Like, oh, well, it's making the right people mad. And therefore, that's a victory. That's a positive review, I think, is what he said. Imagine being that fucking guy. Imagine that shit.
And I am very embarrassed to say I've been to his house. I've been to Gary
Gary,
Whitta's house.
Gary Whitta's house?
Yes,
Did you steal anything from him?
I should have. No,
He has insurance. I mean, shit.
he's a Brit. So he's got insurance. I should have. He's a Brit who lives in living the American dream here in our country, writing for Hollywood, writing comics, and all he does is shit on the country. It's the ingratitude of it all. I won't even say who fucking drew the comic because that's a friend of mine too. But God, it's just makes for awkward fucking conversations. But that's where we live in right now. People don't talk to me anymore anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Derek Robertson drew the comic book, co-creator of The Boys, who's never said a bad thing about me, so I can't get on it. But dude, I saw that and I'm like, oh, I recognize that art. Oh shit.
Yeah. And Gary Whitta basically came out and was like, I didn't know that right-wingers would be so triggered, but a negative review from a right-winger is a positive one in my book. And then like the next day after he got so much backlash for that, he's like, I didn't realize how many people would have a problem with Batman not stopping people from stealing TVs to save a bus full of kindergartners. And it's like, okay, but you know, because you wrote this. I think you're retarded, Gary Whitta, but I don't think you're this dumb. You know this. You know that in that moment, Batman didn't know anything else that was going on. He hypothesized to himself, there's probably bigger fish to fry, right? But he did not know anything that was going on.
I was about to touch up on that, that he didn't know. And the funny thing about it all is that it's so out of place that this is what happened. That's his positions, right? That right there, that's what we heard a lot of people say during the Summer of Love in 2020. And you could probably find a tweet from that idiot saying the same exact thing. While people's fucking businesses got burned to the goddamn ground, they would say, well, they have fucking insurance. So what he did was like, well, that's my view. And I want Batman to basically validate my position. So that's how I'm going to write. Even if it's out of character, that's how spiteful, idiotic, or rather assholish that these people are, that they are using these characters. And it's so out of place. And everybody that read that was like, I don't care where you're at on the political spectrum. Everybody has to agree Batman would never say some shit like that. No. He would never rationalize with a situation like he never do that. That was simply a self-insert by way of Gary himself. Gary Whitta. Gary Whitta.
You got brain damage?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Gary Whitta. Fuck, I don't know why it's so different, but such a weird name, I guess.
It's weird.
It's weird, but yeah. Like for him, it's a self-insert. That's all it was.
He spells it right.
And that's how these guys really all within Hollywood as well as within the comic book industry are. It's a bunch of folks using characters to validate sort of themselves, no matter how out of pocket, how out of character it is. They don't care. It's like, well, we know this character is liked and loved, so why don't I just have them validate my existence? And that you got to be a piece of shit. Again, I said this is the equivalent to me writing Batman and turning them into a full-blown fucking libertarian anarcho-capitalist. Even though that's not fucking Batman, but I want to turn them into that because I'm that. That's what assholes do. These guys are assholes.
100%. 100%. Yeah, and we're just, I think people are, more people are waking up to it, and I think that something like Top Gun, Maverick is, an example of that. I know, so I think three of us here seeing it. I know Rip was like, fuck, I ain't seeing nothing from Hollywood.
I ain't seeing shit.
With nothing but respect for that. But
there's a black pilot, Rippa.
That's all I needed to see myself. So now I'm going to go watch it so I can see myself in the movie.
But yeah, Top Gun, Maverick. I don't think that this movie suffered from low expectations. I think it's genuinely a really good fucking movie. And I think that obviously you add the salt and pepper of the fact that fans are looking for something that's good too, just kind of sweetens it a little more. But it's really, really good. But I'm just talking about the overall reaction. Like the overall social media reaction to Top Gun Maverick reflects how done people are with all this bullshit, where they just want to see a movie with no bullshit. You know what I mean? I think that adds to it a lot.
It was just a throwback movie. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a throwback movie. Obviously, it's a sequel to something that came out like 36 years ago. And honestly, when we first heard that this was in the works, that it was actually going to happen, I kind of scoffed at it. I'm like, okay, like I liked Top Gun, but it's never like I needed anything else from this story. You know, someone who's in the Navy, it was okay, that's cool, that's interesting, but whatever. But as more and more trailers came out, it was filmed literally right behind my office on Naval Air Station North Island. Tom Cruise flew in from LA in his freaking private jet every other day or so to film for it. Like it was cool and unique. And every trailer, it just seemed like, you know what, this looks cool. It was fucking awesome. It was better than the original Top Gun, and I don't even think that's really in question. And the fact that this is Tom Cruise's biggest opening weekend ever in history. This man has been a star for nearly 4 decades in Hollywood. And yeah, you got to factor in inflation, but I mean, Mission Impossible Fallout, that was only like an $80 million or $60 million domestic opening a couple years ago. And now you have this one. It's really cool to see.
Well, I think it just reflects that, and I'll let you go here just a second. I think it reflects, like, you know, the need for respecting the fans. And that opening little segment from Tom Cruise, because it's just a little opening segment where he's just, and I think Gary's right. Like, I think that's just somebody's like, look, I appreciate you guys. It's 30-something years in the makings. This is made for you. And it is awesome. And I think that just represents, that's where I think Ripa should look at this from that perspective. And it's not that he doesn't know it, but it just continues to build confidence for what you're doing, is that people have a hunger and they want that type of shit. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, I think what made this film succeed, Josiah just did a video on this, is it was pitched. This wasn't like a studio idea. I'm sure it came from Bruckheimer, but the director had an idea for the film, a specific idea, and had 30 minutes to pitch it to Tom Cruise while he was on the set to Mission Impossible, and he didn't want to do the movie. So the guy talked him into doing the movie in 30 minutes. We go back to Daredevil, right? I'm going to like, Daredevil's the one Marvel thing that they have done right. The one, interestingly enough, Kevin Feige had the least to do with. It was Drew Goddard pitched the studio. Drew Goddard read Daredevil. Drew Goddard knew the character up and fucking down, read the Frank Miller, read all of it. And that's why we got something very good. We got somebody who knew fucking Daredevil and wanted to write the Daredevil that we all knew. And Disney Marvel will never produce anything better, ever. It is the best thing they will ever produce. That matters. That matters. That creativity matters. That's the stuff we're hungry for. That's why we're fans of art. That's why we like this stuff to begin. We are so far away from that. But now when we get like, listen, as great as Top Gun is, it's a sequel to a 36-year-old movie.
Yeah.
and the fact that we are so far away from getting something originally good shows you the kind of shape Hollywood is in. And Tom Cruise recognizes that. That's why he went off on his staff. Fair or not, that's why he went off. And that was the takeaway I got from his little rant on Mission Impossible. Like, Hollywood's about to fucking die. Like, it's about to die. And you guys are fucking around. And again, whether those people deserved it or not, that was the pressure of the entire industry on that dude's shoulders coming off. And he understands this. That's why I said earlier in the other stream, he gave a nice little thank you on Twitter. Hey, thanks for making them. It was just like really simple thing. You don't think he knows what fucking Star Wars did? He knows what fucking Star Wars. It's a direct response to that. Yep. And he's having fun with, and good. Rub that shit in. Be super nice. Be just lame nice. Like, golly gee, thanks, guys. Woo. You know, like, that's all we need.
Imagine if he would have said, like, I just want to thank all the fans for making Top Gun the #1 movie in the world, except for those racists. We don't want you guys anywhere near it. You know, like,
except for, you know, the black pilot I just mentioned. He had 3 Instagram DMs, and one of them called him a loser. This is not okay.
This is not okay. Oh my God. Like,
the fact that Ewan McGregor described that as horrific racist messages. Dude, what are we talking about?
Racists are watching Star Wars and reading comics, especially like racist Doctor Who fans and Star Trek fans. You know, all those racists who are totally cool with Captain Jack being gay and Martha Jones. It's so
pulling it out their ass, man. That's all these fucking guys do. They're trying to speak it into existence, and that's why it's awesome to see that, because you have like a Top Gun situation, you see something, okay, that is right directly, that exists at the same period of time, that is in contradiction to whatever narrative it is that they're trying to perpetuate. It was kind of like that with, with Captain Marvel when that shit was coming out and people were being critical of it. And we had like the Alita situation, right? It was like something that was almost adjacent to it. Like, well, you can't make that argument because there's a fucking movie that also has a female lead that people have no goddamn fucking problem with it. Like, so these guys, that's how you know that they're on a script, because they can't deviate from that. It's like, well, we only had this plan to call you racist, to call you a bigot, to call you a sexist, whatever it was. We don't have anything else in the chamber. So even if it doesn't make sense, we've committed. We've already fucking committed. So we're going to see that all the way fucking through. And we know it doesn't make sense. Like I said, I think deep down they do. It's just they don't have anything fucking else. They're so fucking bad. I think, to me, in this day and age, Star Wars, Marvel movies, I put it in the same way. You have to go out of your way to make dog shit. You have to. Because at this point, well, maybe not now, but during the height of that shit, it was a layup. It was like, again, fast break, right to the basket. It's easy. But they're fucking like, so when something is like as terrible as it is, whether it be with what we've gotten with some of these recent Marvel movies, or even some of these future depictions that they are, these odd depictions of some of these characters that we're getting, like, they have to go out of their way to do that. So why should we give? Remember, like, we're not talking about some rinky-dink company. I think the Shield seem to forget that. This is a fucking billion-dollar goddamn multi-billion-dollar multinational corporate entity that we are fucking talking about, that people act like we owe the benefit of the fucking doubt to. That, to me, is what's fucking crazy. I owe you a goddamn fucking thing. Like, it's on you to try to convince me to pay for your product. I don't owe you shit. But they act as if we have to live up, like it's something wrong with us for rejecting what they're giving us. That's, again, this is a relatively new phenomena for what we see out of these entertainment companies. That's their tactic to sell a brand, is gaslight your fucking
Absolutely.
support.
Real quick, I clicked a little fucking temperature thing on my my fucking PC, and it pops up like the news and shit. And the first fucking article that's up right now: Star Wars pushes back against racist backlash to new black character. That's the third fucking story.
It's all they got, man.
That's it.
And one more thing I wanted to point out about Top Gun Maverick. Do you guys remember the story from a couple years ago when we saw the first previews and we saw the back of Tom Cruise's jacket, Pete Mitchell's flight jacket? What were people saying? Do you guys remember a couple years ago?
About about it being banned in China?
They had swapped the China or the Taiwan flag, right, to something else. Well, they listened to that backlash, right? Taiwanese cheer as Top Gun Maverick restores Taiwan flag after alleged removal for Chinese censors. So once they saw the backlash that was there when they tried to do something to appease China, they said, you know what? Fuck that. We're going to go back to what it was before. They left the Taiwan flag. They left the Japanese flag. They kept them in there. They're not going to get a Chinese release, but you know what? A lot of people aren't getting Chinese release. They're saying, fuck you. And they're going to keep it true. They heard the backlash and they fixed it. And again, that's not common in Hollywood.
No,
and it doesn't mean that it's, this specific company is always going to do that or whatever. I think this is Paramount, right? Like, I don't know. But there are some people that are involved in stuff that will listen. And, so we got to recognize that when it does happen.
Yeah, I mean, and I can't tell you how many people were calling us like, oh, your guys are buying into the woke when we were praising it. And we're like, man, they kept bringing that up. And it's like, look, all I do is judge on, does it affect the product? You know what I mean? And I didn't hear any nonsense. Now, if Tom Cruise would have been calling me like, oh, we don't want any racist or sexist going out and, supporting us. And you're like, well, what does that even mean? Like, so, cause somebody criticizes just, forced diversity. Is that your definition of a racist or whatever? Like, cause that's essentially what it is, because they're not really calling real racist out. Like, they're not because real racist makes such a small fraction of existence.
Insignificant.
They are absolutely insignificant to anything in the real world. So when they call out racist, That's code for basically anybody that criticizes anything that they don't want. That's essentially what it means. So when people go, well, if they're calling racists out, and if you're taking offense to it, it's because we're smart enough to know what the fuck they're talking about. Because they're not talking about real racist. Because there's so few of those in the world, and they have no impact as it is. So if any of that would have happened prior to Top Gun, I would have been, I'm out. You know what I mean? But none of that was surrounding the movie.
If I make a video and I get like 1,000 comments on it, and of those 1,000 comments, 2 of them are like, fuck you, you're a dumb piece of shit, idiot, and the rest are like normal comments. Some of them might agree, some of them might disagree. Am I getting massive backlash on that? No, I'm not. That's insignificant. That's not the reality of the situation. To claim that there is any actual amount of like racist backlash against Moses Ingram in any tangible way is fucking laughable. We have had worse things said to us today for responding to this than she shared from her DMs. And if you want to tell me there's hundreds just like this, well, if they're just like that, it ain't that bad. But you're telling me that wasn't the worst you could find? Those weren't the worst possible things you could find to put on display? Well, you know what? Moses Ingram, Quartering put this out on Twitter. I'll issue the challenge right here. I would love to see each and every one of those racist DMs that you got. Show them. Show it to me. And if you are actually getting fucking legitimate racist people out there, put them on blast, put their users' name out, because you know what? No one will stand for actual people doing that stuff. It'll get called out. Yes. But as it is, this looks like an astroturfing bullshit play to make people forget about the problems with Kenobi and use Moses Ingram, use you as a fucking black female diversity shield for this multi-billion-dollar company. That's what's going on right now.
Yep, that's it. That's what it always is.
We would know. She would have shown something far worse than what she's shown if it was actually to that degree. I'm willing to bet that hell, most of the stuff that she got for the matter was probably positive that she's seen. Either way, but like I said, dude, we're gonna get worse shit said to us. Just even acknowledging that whole story is existing. Like, I know I've been called every fucking video I upload. Every tweet, goddamn, we all got reply guys that'll say all kinds of fucked up weird shit about us, make some egregious claim. But if I'd be a silly motherfucker if I was to act like that was the fucking majority of like the response that I got. It'd be me being disingenuous. I highlight it and make fun of it and monetize it 100%. But I wouldn't dare ever make it seem like, okay, I get thousands of comments on various videos, usually like between a 95 to 9% upvote. Like, if I were to say, well, vast majority of these guys, if I wanted to dramatize it because I saw some idiot call me a monkey or some shit because I was black and not a fucking leftist, then that I could do that, but that's lame. That's loser shit. And then we know that does not represent the vast majority of the people that are watching that sort of content, including from the people that may disagree with what it is that we're saying. And that's the problem. That we can't allow them to gaslight us to make it seem like we're crazy for criticizing it or acting as if, well, there are these Klansmen, I guess, jumping out at her, you know what I mean, around the fucking corner, like, hey, you N-word, like you in that Star Wars, like, motherfucker, we know you're not getting that experience. It's something to try to speak into existence. We know that's not what your entire experience here. It's just the fact that Star Wars and their shields want this shit to be true. So they are going to attempt to speak it into existence. We know this is not the world that actually exists. And that's important to note, that those types of people, and I say this as a black man, certainly on the internet, that gets a lot of fucked up shit. Now, granted, it mostly comes from leftists. I will be the first to say that. But I get fucked up shit said to me all the time. I would never be disingenuous to my audience to make it seem like that was like it was so prominent that it was like a significant amount of people, because generally it's an insignificant amount of people that go there. So, and she knows that. I don't think she's above that, but you got to understand, we're dealing with Hollywood types. Everybody has to rely in that world on like some sort of social trope. Everybody either wants to be a hero, everybody wants to feel like they are, being a victim, being oppressed. You see this isn't just something that happens among classes that are down here. We see this in the NBA, where somehow motherfuckers that are multimillionaires can make themselves feel like they or present themselves as if they're the ones that are being oppressed. That shit exists everywhere. Someone has to present themselves as that, and that's really a cultural issue because unfortunately we've given too much clout to that nonsense to where now being a victim of some sort is like a currency. And this is why so many people seek that shit, no matter how rich or fucking poor they are.
Well,
yeah, and they set it up like Lucasfilm apparently told her, hey, just so you know, you're gonna get a lot of racists coming after you. So yeah, like then crazy enough, she looks at her DMs now, not on her actual Instagram. You go to her Instagram, you can't find a single negative comment. Isn't that strange? It's only these like anonymous DMs that she shared, and one YouTube thumbnail, I suppose. But yeah, like
that.
No, I don't have anything to defend that shit.
There ain't no defense of that YouTube thumbnail or that person, and there's a reason. There's a reason that person no longer running anywhere near where we are. Just say that. So,
well, yeah, I don't think that person's ever running their lives, to be honest. But
also true.
Yeah, that is jeez. Meltdown going on that account right now. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. No, definitely. That is old news. That goes years back. Like I said, the real BBC. It's not one or two occurrences. It's repeated behavior. But when it comes to like our videos, Eric's right. When my dislike, other than a Batman reaction video, my dislike to like ratio is about 95 to 99% on everything. Yeah. I'm sure it's the same for Ryan. I'm sure it's the same for Jeremy. On no matter how hard we go. Shit, I've got one thumbnail that I initially Perry made. I'm like, no, I can't do that thumbnail. And then fuck it, I did it later.
And then you do it every fucking video. Same thumbnail.
It's the black dwarf with the gold teeth.
That black dwarf has made us so much money, man. And it's just gonna lose Amazon billions.
I've got a 98% like ratio on that video. So with 500,000 views. So like, I'm not worried about it. I think you guys understand. The audience, which we are a part of, understands.
Yes.
We understand what's really going on, and that's what truly bothers Disney Star Wars. That's why we are so in their head. That's why they basically referenced us during fucking Star Wars Celebration when they mentioned, I mean, it's old news, talking about diversity twice on the whiteboard along with the fucking dinosaurs, which they know was lame as hell because we have lame people coming at Star Wars. They don't know anything about Star Wars, and it's clear. And Disney cannot make Star Wars. It's been a decade, folks. They're not going to make anything good. The best you're going to, I said this in Mandalorian season 1, I said, this is the best you're going to get. It is average shit. And this is the best you're going to get. And like average is really pushing it. I'm being nice. I liked Gina for, basically what she was saying on social media more than like what was going on in that show. Because it was really simple. There's something to be said. And I thought at the time, maybe they're going back to basics. And for a minute, it looked like they were letting Gina do her thing. Apparently that was all wrong. And yeah, Star Wars is still dead. That nothing has changed in the last 3 years. This is what they think of you. All they have is contempt for their audience. That's all they have.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the one point I will make is Clone Wars Season 7 is by far the best thing they've done. But Gary hadn't seen that, I don't think. But it's...
Yeah, I love the Martez sisters. They were great.
Final 4 episodes are fucking perfection. I hated the middle 4. But the final 4 episodes, some of the best shit I've ever seen. But that is an outlier. And most of that was already like shot and done anyway, right?
Conceptualized,
so, yes. Yeah. So I mean, and that was before, the disease
not shot, but story planned out. Yeah.
Right. So that was before the disease known as, Kathleen Kennedy and the woke nonsense really fully took over Lucasfilm. But yeah.
Did you see? Not Pedro. Pablo Hidalgo's deleted tweet.
I did.
He was talking about
carved video.
Yeah,
you have it. Can you pull it up?
I think Drunk 3PO shared it.
Drunk. And by the way, we were talking about people that'll say one comment and try to build a whole narrative, and we don't do that. We know Jay does that, but we don't do that. Jay will see one comment like, Man, the whole chat's hating on me, man.
That's such a Jake.
Mo- Mo- Moses
love me. Oh.
Moses 3PO.
Yeah, right here. Check it out. Look at Pablo. Look at Pablo. That's what's up. And he deleted it.
Lots of car interior profile pictures up late tonight. I will say this. He could, it might not be a reference specifically to you, Jeremy. It might be a reference to, like, you know, when they're like, Colin Kaepernick better not kneel. And they just show like all the pictures of people that look like me with sunglasses on in like cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That might be what he's talking about. But either
He
way,
has
Pablo
made-
Hidalgo's still at it.
He has made references to my car videos in the past. That's why I made that one video. Dude, I don't even know where that fucking video is at, where I'm standing next to my Kia Rio with the duct tape on it, and I'm talking shit. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Have you seen that one? That was before you joined the
he's-
team.
I was not on the team, but he specifically has called out you with the car video stuff before. I know that. But
yeah, he has.
Yeah.
It is fun to get back into Star Wars, just because I've missed the bullshit, the mudslinging, because these people, like, it truly does come down to the fact that they will never say anything to anyone in person. It's all like this Twitter world that they live in. I was at MegaCon, this past weekend. Or not this weekend. I've been so sick. A couple weeks ago, I was at MegaCon. We had a fantastic time. We met so many people, so many cool people, so many awesome people. We did the meetup, at Universal Studios. We had so many people out there. It was a great time. We got to meet a lot of cool people. And I'm sure there were people out there that I met that probably aren't the biggest fans, but probably just know who I was. We shook hands, had conversations. Now, these motherfuckers that say all of this stuff, including Star Wars Explained, who I know put out an anti-racism tweet because he got his NPC download, which someone super chatted said it got like 40,000 likes. Of course it did. Star Wars Explained ran from me when I wanted to have a grown-up conversation with him, man to man, about him trying to ruin my YouTube channel before I'd ever mentioned his name outside of being a fan of his. And so these people, like, this is what they do. They just sit on Twitter all day long. They talk shit, and they act like they're big, bad, and tough, but they don't want to actually have a conversation with somebody when they can't hide behind their block
Not from the
button.
other side.
So.
Not from the other side. They'll almost never do that. Like, have a conversation with folks on, like, it's like pulling teeth to try to get people to have a conversation with me, certainly, about certain things. Hell, it helps in person, let alone fucking just on the internet, and have a conversation with these guys, because they're not really accustomed to that sort of thing. This is simple. They're frustrated because they can't end us. And we're not the ones that are on like the leash that everybody else sort of is. I think that's why there's sort of this growing frustration with these people, is that there's a level of influence with folks in our space, right? When you see the numbers that Friday Night Tights does, or the Real BBC, or hell, even what we're doing here, it shows that there's a level of influence, that there are people that are generally responding to what it is that we say positively. And there's like, they can't interfere with that. Ultimately, they could try to run their little bullshit, but for the most part, they are frustrated. I mean, when even with like CNN's talked about this, like, oh, well, YouTubers, they have more numbers than our morning show or something like that. And they find that negative because, of course, they can't spread whatever left sort of propaganda that they can. And there's someone else in his fucking room or in a fucking rented out, a leased out warehouse or some shit that is able to do better numbers than them and talk about the same shit. That pisses the establishment off a lot. And I think there's just going to be more of this, of course, and they're going to continue to ramp it up when they realize that that shit doesn't work. So, and there was a once upon a time, and you mentioned this, Jeremy, where making those claims meant something, right? Where people felt some kind of way when you call them racist, right? You call them a sexist, you call them a homophobe. People be like, well, shit, I don't want to fucking be that. Like, I don't want to be called that. That makes me feel uncomfortable. I need to adjust so that I'm not that. And once people got over that, it was like, well, they're going to call me whatever. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be me, and they have less power there. It was always about control and being able to control the whatever narrative it is surrounding whatever brand or new movie or content that they're putting out. And the fact that there exist people that have influence that will call that shit what it is when it is dog shit, and they can't really run any sort of interference, that frustrates them. That frustrates them to fucking hell.
Yeah, it does. And go ahead, Gary.
I was gonna say, you're right. It's always been about power. That is Hollywood's love language. That is their currency, is power. You got the talented people, and then you got all the others, and they just want to dominate each other. And when they can't dominate us, when they can't, we're never gonna let you interview any of our people. Okay, I don't give a fuck. I could give a fuck. I don't want any. You know what? I get offered sometimes early access to stuff. I'm grateful, but I don't take it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want anything over me. I'm completely fine where I am. Hollywood ain't going anywhere anytime soon, and they're not going to get smart anytime soon. So I'm good. I'm good.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, I know as good as anyone, not to talk to any of these fucking idiots anymore. And you learn your lesson the hard way. But real quick, I did see the super chat come in from Patrick T. Says, had a rebellion hat on at the meetup. Said hello to all you guys. No response. Benefit of the doubt. I apologize if we missed you. Obviously, there was a lot of people out there. So if it could have been a situation, because I know like there was that one guy that had the Friday Night Tights poster, and I signed it for him. I think Ryan signed it. I tried to, because he told me he couldn't even make it to Texas. I said, let me see if I get Gary on the phone. I tried to call Gary. Gary didn't answer because he never answers.
Sorry.
That's okay.
He answered one time.
He did answer. Yeah, when I called, he didn't know
what I was doing before that. That's why the phone was right next to me. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
but
You're taking a shit, clearly.
I think I was even funny because I was like, I called him when Gina was there. We're hanging out with Gina, and I was like, he's probably not a fucking answer. And he goes, hello. I was like, oh shit, there he is. But
Sounds
Patrick,
kind of echoey.
yeah, Patrick, I apologize if we didn't get a chance to say hello to you.
I guarantee if we didn't see it's because we legitimately didn't see you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, obviously there was a lot going on in MegaCon. If you saw us at MegaCon, it was loud and crowded as hell in there. So if you were like passing by, probably didn't see you. But yeah, I promise, even if we're talking to somebody, as long as you stay there and you get our attention, we'll talk to you. No problem.
I remember. So when I went to the Gina panel, it was kind of crazy. So you remember that day because we weren't planning on going, and then because we had other stuff to do, we were at the content house, and all of a sudden I was like, okay, Josiah, Ben, let's go. You guys are going to record it. I'll be there. So we get in there, and I sat down by Jay on the front row, and then Josiah and Ben are in the back, recording. And then when it ends, Jay goes and he's like walking up to Gina with all her people. I'm not trying to insert myself into that, so I'm just standing there being cool. And like Gina walks by and she's like, Jeremy. I'm like, I turn around. She goes, come here. Gives me a big hug. Everybody's like looking. And then as soon as she leaves, I've got like this massive line of people to meet me. I was like, oh crap. So that just happened because she I guess some people saw me, but not a lot. And then when she called my name out, then it was almost everybody. And so I stayed there, and I don't know where you were, Patrick. So if you can tell us in the chat, you don't have to super chat it. Krista and Steph are backstage, so they'll be able to find your comment. But were you at the meetup? Were you at the MegaCon, or was it at the Gina panel where it didn't see you? But either way, I wish we would have met you, man. So next time for sure. So because we are. It's like, I remember when we ran into those people at Disney that recognized me, and they were like, I don't want to bother you. I'm like, motherfucker, don't ever talk to me like I'm anything. Like, you can bother me, hang out, just bother us.
Call him a gamer word. That'll get his attention.
Dude, please call me gamer words in person. Mama Susan ain't there to take us down. Call me.
Use the F slur. That'll get my attention real quick. I promise. I wanted to get this is a $50 super chat from Matt HTX43. It's a $50 super chat, but it's pretty meaningful here. This will be deep. But I dealt with suicidal ideation throughout my life, and thanks to God and my family, I'm still here. I would not go to Doctor Strange 2 after I heard what they did with Wanda. I found my friend hung. Hail G&G. God bless. John 16:33.
Wow.
Well, thank you very much, Matt. Sorry that you deal with all that stuff, man. But we're glad you're here with us, so we appreciate the support.
Yeah, yeah, and thank you so much, for that super chat, but also just thanks for sharing that with us. And no, like it's crazy, man. Like there's thousands of people watching these streams. You don't know what people are going through on a daily basis, and we're out here just trying to give our opinions and give, you guys a voice in certain aspects. We know you're not going to agree with everything we say and everything we address, but I think the overall message behind what we're doing is that we're out there looking out for fans. That's ultimately what comes down. We don't all agree here on this panel because that's how fandom is. I heard Gary today when they were live on the Real BBC. He was talking about fandom has never been about kumbaya moments and agreeing. It's never
Especially
been fandom.
Not Star Wars.
Yeah, it's never been about fandom.
Was it racist backlash against Hayden Christensen when people didn't like him as Anakin? Was it racist backlash against Jake Lloyd? Like, come the fuck on. All you stupid motherfuckers who are actually falling for this. You dumb cocksuckers who actually think that Star Wars is talking about actual races and not just trying to gaslight everyone. The fuck?
Yeah. It is. But what was that point you were making, Gary, about that? You were basically talking about fandom was always about disagreeing and having debates about character choices and character motivations. But yeah,
Blade Runner was one of the greatest debates of all time till Ridley Scott fucking ruined it. But was Deckard a replicant or not? We were going to fight like that till the end of time. I love that shit. That's what movies are supposed to. Back in the day, movies used to have open endings to we can debate things we didn't know, and we did that all the time. We've got shouting matches at my comic store where fucking Hulk strength. It's
imagine two stupid nerds fighting over binge model versus weekly release. That's what nerds do. I don't know if you'll find that today because it's such a toxic conversation apparently. But it's all I'll say, Gary, Stranger Things 4 binge model beating Obi-Wan on the weekly release model.
But it's actually
didn't they just release part one?
I'm just being an asshole.
Oh, hey, right. It's good. Hey, the weekly model works when your show's good. Okay. I mean, I can't do it. Like it can suck longer or suck shorter. I
will say
we should have released all at once.
I am catching up on Better Call Saul though. Oh my god, man!
Wow,
that's a good one.
It is so we don't appreciate Vince Gilligan enough.
Oh,
we don't appreciate this dude.
I saw somebody post that like the meth verse or whatever is like peak cinema.
That's awesome. Yes.
That's what somebody said, like the meth verse or something like that.
Kim Wexler
is
one of
such
the best female characters ever.
Fantastic character. Fantastic. Yep. And the fact is that Kim Wexler was introduced to a pre-existing universe for all the right reasons. And right now, and I am only like 2 episodes into season 6 right now. And how many is it? Like 7 in the half season? Is that what it is? 7, 6, 7, something like that in the half season.
They just ended. Yeah, I'm a little behind, but
okay. And
later.
I am fascinated at what part Kim Wexler is going to play into this. Like I am fascinated, because I'm like, she is such a great character, and she complements every aspect of this story, the Saul Goodman character, the Jimmy character, and everything, dude. And she's going to play a pivotal role in the next phase of Breaking Bad and how we view Saul. Yeah. Like everything is going to be crucial.
And it's not going to take away from it at
all.
No!
Yeah, that's the part that like now that they've said, hey, we are going to have a cameo with these guys, like they've been very careful to make like even though they're expanding on it, not take anything away from it.
Yep.
So yeah. And like that again, the meth verse, if that's what we're gonna call it. You have what El Camino, right? The standalone movie,
which I didn't love.
I didn't love it, but I thought it was fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, Breaking Bad, that, and then Better Call Saul, and you look at Skyler as a character, right? In Breaking Bad, that's a character that they were able to get people to just fucking despise. Like that's the character that was getting death threats. That actress was getting death threats, even though she's not really in the wrong a lot of the time, but she just happens to be the antagonist to Walter for what he's trying to do a lot of the time, which is fucking criminal shit. But the fact that they make you feel that way, even about characters whose motivations aren't necessarily normally morally right or morally wrong, It's what makes the show so great.
I can't wait to watch it in order, dude. When it's all over, just gonna watch it all.
Ooh.
Yeah.
in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Fucking great.
Cam 13 Abel. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it that way or if that's supposed to be a whole word. For 50, I just don't understand how bad Disney can screw up with Star Wars. It's so bad. The writing, storytelling, acting, it's a mess. Think about it. Disney's a billion-dollar company with outstanding resources, but gets dominated by fan-made Star Wars content.
Every time.
It's simple. That people care more.
Yeah.
But you did a video about that with the gore, right? With just like a fan art of what gore should have looked like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So simple. Then you got the idiots in the chat. The idiots in the chat that are, or the idiots on Twitter that'll be like, whoa, you don't hire Christian Bale to hide his face. Okay, then don't hire Christian Bale.
Yeah, exactly. Or we actually saw him cover his face a lot in a previous fucking hero series. So I don't know where the fuck people got that shit off. It's like, yeah, don't hire Christian Bale. Like, dude, with these types of movies, I've never been the guy to give a shit about who's acting or who's not in it, because you're not playing yourself, you're playing a character. Like, nobody has ever been cast in a role where I actually gave a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know who fucking Brie Larson was, hell, until she got cast in goddamn Captain Marvel in the first place, because I'm not going to see you.
Yeah.
I want to see the character. And if I don't care if you're a Z-list actor or what, if you can embody, act, look like the character, that's all I ever gave a shit about. But it just goes to show that amount of protectionism that these sort of people play with this brand. It's so bizarre, where it's simple. Like, Christian Bale looks fucking nothing like Gore at all. Fully formed human face. People are like, well, he looked goofy. Well, that was the point. He's a fucking alien. Like, why would he fucking look like, why would he look like just a fucking human being with the fucking, that's painted gray, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like they went overboard on Ash Wednesday with Gore. It's basically
the God butcher.
That's it. Yeah, the fucking God butcher.
Here's where the agenda comes in. If they really wanted to make money and for this movie to be a hit, it will be Thor versus Gore. That's it.
Simple.
You don't need fucking Valkyrie. You don't need female Thor. You put those two against each other.
Easy. That was the selling point. That was, again, another layup. You have, in the recent years, one of the most prominent Thor, probably, actually, I'd argue, in the last 10 years, of all the various villains that they tried to introduce, that was easily the most intriguing one. Gore becoming the God Butcher, but he looks nothing like, period. It's not, I don't know who the fuck that guy is. It's just a guy that's grayish white, and it's Christian Bale painted like that. That's literally all that it fucking is. And you can tell that now that could have been done for various reasons. It's not on me to give a shit whether it's Christian Bale and his I guess agents and all them requiring him to have that because he doesn't want to wear makeup, because people have to know who he is. If that's what it is, I don't care. That has nothing to fucking do with me. At the end of the day, that's not Gore. That's some fucking guy that is playing Quan Chi from Mortal Kombat at best. That's it. That's not Gore, though. And something as simple as that, like, they don't have enough passion in their projects to say, all right, dude, here's one of Thor's most prominent villains in the last decade. Let's just do him justice. Let's just fucking do him justice. That shit, you're completely right, Gary, when you say that should have been an easy selling point. The God Butcher, one of the most prominent recent Thor villains. Thor v. him. That should have been it. Easy fucking layup. But no, we got to get King Valkyrie and all these other fucking people that nobody fucking asked for. And on top of that, Gore doesn't even look fucking intimidating at all. I know he's like, well, he's not, he hasn't got the sword. He hasn't become God Butcher. He just looks like a fucking regular ashy dude. That's it. That's all that fucking looks
fighting
like.
King Valkyrie with Zeus's plastic fucking bolt, whatever.
Yeah, even that looks like shit.
Looks like shit. The effects look terrible. The visuals look absolutely terrible.
I will be interested to see how this movie does, because I still feel that it's got a ton of momentum from a normie standpoint.
You know, Doctor Strange is slowed down. It looks like it's still gonna make 900 million, 950, but I don't know if it's gonna hit $1 billion.
They expected more.
This thing
after that first weekend too.
This thing started out mega strong, and it is definitely trending the wrong direction. So, Because I think we all looked at it as, well, damn, that's $1 billion easily, probably $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion. Now we're not even sure if it's going to hit $1 billion. And again, that's a ton of money. No one's saying that's not a lot of fucking money. But the point is that based on that opening and based on the momentum, it's all relative to expectations, and it's seeming to fall a little bit short from where a lot of people thought it would be.
And Disney investors and board members are going to go, wait a minute. I know we got a little bit of that Sony Spider-Man movie, but that one did like $2.5 billion, maybe a little more. And this one didn't. And they don't see the difference between characters or anything. They're just wondering, why didn't our movie didn't do as well as that movie? And it's law of diminishing returns. I think Thor creeps to $1 billion, maybe. But that's it. And then after that, guess what they follow it up with? The Marvels. The fucking Marvels, which will
that's dead on arrival. I don't know how that ain't getting no fucking how can that get $1 billion? I doubt that fucking happens.
I don't care if Galactus is in it with fucking Silver Surfer and they introduce fucking Fantastic Four. I don't think it's helping that movie.
They're gonna put they're gonna bring what's his nuts back as Wolverine and introduce him in that movie. Like
they'll try
pull
to
out all the stuff.
Yeah, they'll do something, but yeah, that movie's not gonna be able to sell on its own. Like, I'm surprised they're actually still going. No, I'm not surprised. I guess I can't be. That they're still going to go along fucking with that, because that does not look like that's going to be the fucking move. But yeah, it's easy layups that they refuse to take for various reasons, man. I mean, yeah, some of it's social justice, some of it's whatever's going on behind the scenes or whatever. But I mean, for a company to have that much fucking money, man, and to shit out something that is so we shouldn't even accept something that is par from this fucking company. They got too much fucking money, or they made too much fucking money to be producing dog shit. So when I see something like She-Hulk, I'm not looking at it from like I say, like I'm dealing with some, like, I don't know, Daily Wire, they made it or some shit. Maybe I look at it through a different lens if they fucking did it. This is fucking Disney, man. It's fucking Marvel. Like, why would I accept that dog shit that you're giving me? I'm not. We're not gonna accept that. And I just don't see this as a sustainable practice. Just like I said earlier, man.
Marvel has turned into like Paramount licensing out a Marvel character from like the 90s or something. Totally misinterpreting it, like, or remember when they were conceiving Superman again, and I can't remember if this was the Tim Burton one, but they're like, he doesn't need to fly. He doesn't need a cape. This is the kind of shit we're back to. They don't need costumes. We're pulling from the comics, but it's just in name only. We're not actually adapting anything anymore. It's right back to where it began. And it's full on CW, full on fucking CW. That Valkyrie costume's a joke. It's a fucking joke.
Hey, Rip, have you seen the Gotham Knights trailer?
Oh no, I haven't seen the trailer. So it's been tagged, like I got tagged 1 million times, but I haven't seen it. It
is the worst.
I have not seen it yet.
I can only imagine.
It is high school drama shit. It is so fucking bad.
Do you think we can play it, Gary? It's 2 minutes.
I stopped it a lot and I didn't get dinged.
You did.
Well, it's Warner Brothers, so I mean,
watch out for the first 30 seconds. There's an intro music, which I just kind of went past until people started talking, and then we stopped like every 3 seconds.
Is there high quality on YouTube?
I don't know about that. I watched it on Facebook, which is taking a risk because your messages could pop up at any moment.
I heard about
use
that.
a gamer word. And
while Ryan's looking for that, we got K-Biz for $100 on Streamlabs. You're right. Universal is much better. Still enjoy Epcot, probably the nostalgia. I've talked about it. I was having a conversation with someone about this when I was in Orlando, and I'm like, I'm someone that has just always loved Walt Disney World, love that place, and from just a fan standpoint, eliminate what my job is and all of that. Like, as a fan, I feel better at Universal now than Disney. Much like how Ripa always talks about how people may think these companies can't fail or whatever. Fucking 5, 6, 7 years ago, if you would have ever fucking told me that I enjoyed Universal, that I would enjoy Universal Studios more than Walt Disney World, I would have called you fucking crazy. I would have said you're insane, because I love Walt Disney World because it's its own like city. It's huge. It's massive. It's crazy. There's so much going on there. But I just enjoy Universal more because Universal feels like they're there to make the vacation experience or the theme park experience the top priority. You know, that's what it feels like right now for me. And you look at their attractions and the things they're doing, and it just feels better. So, you know, but I hear you, K-Biz, because I'm a big fan of that place, you know. So,
When I go to Orlando in October, I'm not going to Disney World. I'm not setting foot in that fucking place. Going to Universal. Can't wait to go.
Universal.
Can't fucking wait. Yep.
City Walk
That's
is so
right.
much better. Now, I will say, even when I was a big fan of Disney World, like Universal City Walk has always been better than downtown Disney, which is now Disney Springs. City Walk is just popping, man. It's really good over there. So
It's cooler in LA too.
is it
this-
okay? Yeah.
Universal City Walk.
I
City
met
Walk's
Rippa. I met Rippa in
Yeah.
City Walk.
That's where we at.
He
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a pink lemonade.
Yeah, I did get a pink lemonade. This big ass fucking T-ball.
That's right.
But
But
thank
we
you,
are
K-Biz. Thank you, K-Biz. I appreciate that.
like I don't want to have to deal with the copyright and having to pause through the Gotham Knights trailer and everything. I'll let Ripper react to it for himself tomorrow on 4K's sake.
Yeah.
Dude, it's worse than anything you could have thought. I don't even understand like who these characters are and what they're doing.
Dude, no, they made up a character as,
Yeah, I
as
saw that.
Tyler as Bruce Wayne's adopted
I
son.
did see that.
Look at the picture. Go to Jay Longboat's Twitter and look at the picture of the fucking mask of the bat mask. It looks like is objectively looks better than the mask in the show.
Yeah.
It's like some paper mache shit. Yeah, I don't know how this thing passed. It must have been already made. And Zaslav's like, fucking, let's just put it out. We'll cancel it after 6 hours.
Yeah, maybe.
We got
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Ashton is in the chat. Ashton the Slytherin.
What's up,
She-Hulk
Ashton?
looks like a bad remake of The Mask. That's pretty damn accurate. What's up, Ashton? Yeah,
It
that's
looks so fucking bad.
it really does. Like, and I
people
love
are like,
how
don't
they
worry about the CGI. We'll fix it. It's like, have you not watched a fucking Marvel movie like in the past decade?
Yeah.
Black Panther? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I get it. I get it. Released in February, all that shit. Did you see the CGI in that fucking movie? Holy.
They're not fixing
I
this
love when
shit.
they released the high definition version, and everybody's like, "This is even worse." You know, like this is even
Yeah.
worse.
Well, Ryan, you were right in when somebody asked you to say something good about Disney. You were absolutely right, dude.
Yeah, I was like, they do a really good job of what did I say? Of basically marketing their shit and
Marketing their
tricking
shit.
people.
Yep.
Like tricking people and they get hyped about something like over and over and over again. They do a really good job of that. You can't deny that. Whether
Yeah.
it's Star Wars, whether it's Marvel, even
Yeah.
when they know they got a bad product, they're able to put out a trailer that hides the things that they know they want to do. Like you know, there's a reason that first Thor: Love and Thunder trailer you didn't see Natalie Portman until the very end, and it wasn't a speaking role. It was just one shot, right? To do the bare minimum they had to acknowledge her role in the movie. There was no Valkyrie speaking in that trailer. It was just Thor to make you think that that's what this is actually going to be about.
Yeah,
Thor
it is.
movie about Thor.
Um,
Imagine that.
Well, yeah. I mean, imagine an Obi-Wan series being about Obi-Wan.
That's true. That's
You
also
know,
true.
it's crazy stuff going on there. You know, like I was saying this about I think I told you guys right before we did our review or after, but like about Top Gun. I'm like, if Disney would have done Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise would have been like a drunken fucking failure, hadn't bathed in 4 fucking weeks, and there would be some black woman that's already like top of the everything at Top Gun, broken all of his records. She's a legend, and when he comes in, he comes kind of stumbling in, and she's all like, respected and talking down to him, and that's what it would have been. That's what it would have been.
She would have flown the mission at the end.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he would have provided cover for her.
He would have legit sacrificed himself and died.
Yes, yeah.
Now I think that I remember talking about it, and I remember telling people why I'm not interested in this movie. Like, I already know what it's gonna fucking be. It's gonna be like people being like, "You're a rogue. You're some alpha male. There's no need for that in the military anymore. We got all these drones. We got these unmanned spacecraft. Your time is over, son." Like, that was what it was gonna be. Like, that's what I thought. It was just gonna be like a mopey Maverick.
Yeah.
And hey, they proved me wrong. So.
Well, to your point, they did kind of touch on that a little bit. He goes, "Maybe that happens one day, sir, but not
Right.
today." It
But
was
not
so
today.
badass, dude. It was so
Yeah.
badass.
It was awesome.
It really was. Like it's not. We've had a lot of movies that have recently been praised because of the low bar that has been set by Hollywood. Okay, there's no doubt about that. This ain't one of them. This is an objectively good fucking movie anytime it was released. And it is a perfect sequel to an iconic 80s action movie. It's a perfect sequel. There's like nothing you would change.
Really good timing on this one too.
Yes.
Having the come out Memorial Day weekend, knowing
not
what
afraid to be American, not afraid to, but also at the same time, not afraid to be American. At the same time, not trying to make any fucking statements or anything. They didn't even name like where they were going, like the country they were going to. You can make some like assumptions or whatever, but it wasn't even needed. That's not what the movie was about. It was like a character story, and that was just ancillary. All the action and stuff was ancillary to it. So you knew exactly what they had to do and why. I loved it, but I did real quick.
Well, I know, well, Gary and Rip, I don't know if you guys, whatever you, because we were gonna go for 2 hours. I put in the private chat, I'm fading fast. I'm so fucking sick, but we are gonna get to these super chats. So
Jeremy's losing his heart on.
But I know people have said like, oh, we need Gary here more. Gary plans on being here like every other week when he can get settled. We've been talking about that for a while. So yeah, so you'll see Gary here on Main Event for sure. And I know the internet will probably say like, Gary's the leader of everything. He told Jeremy kick everybody off the panel and he'll come on. I'd already made the decision. It was been me, Ryan, and Ripa tonight because I'm really sick and I didn't think I could make 2 hours even. But
I hit you up today. I'm like, dude, I'm so not done talking about this.
Oh no, he's mad. He's like, I'm fucking worked up. Can I come on? I'm like, yes, you can.
Nice.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, Gary always has an open invite. He's the man. So always happy to have him here. That's my boy. That's my boy.
About it. It's like, okay, honey, we're going to talk about Star Wars for about an hour. Sit down.
But before you leave, this Friday, we have the one, the only, Mr. Alex Jones. You hyped about it, Gary?
I'm hyped. I'm ready.
Man, it's going to be crazy.
I mean, the perfect week.
The time to be better.
Oh, but yeah, it's gonna be wild, dude. So do we know? So I don't know how much we want to talk about.
And we're gonna start a half an hour early normally, so we're gonna start at 3:00 to get warmed up, so Alex can be in when he wants. He's gonna be there for about an hour and a half. And we're gonna let Alex do his thing, man.
You got to. You can't not have him on there and not just let Alex fucking be Alex.
I can try as much as I want, but Alex is gonna be Alex. What happens, and I'm either gonna have to start making videos for Geeks and Gamers or have my own channel.
we're gonna we know what you guys want to hear from Alex Jones. We understand he will be giving us his thoughts on Moon Knight. We know it's very important to you guys, so we've tasked Alex with making sure he watches and give a full review of all episodes.
Yeah, he's
Moon
doing
Knight.
a lot of research on that. He's also going to talk about his thoughts on the highly anticipated Stranger Things 4 review. I know everybody's looking for
it. I'm sure he's watching it. So Alex will be on. We've got another guest coming on too. I mean, we're gonna do what we do. We're going to do what we do. We're going to go with the flow, and it'll be fun. It'll be a blast. So that's our 200th show.
200th.
Oh, dude.
200th, man. It's been a wild ride. And then we got the Dallas meetup coming. And so,
that is, 16 days away. Very excited about that.
So good stuff all the way around.
Florida Black was here for the last couple of days, like helping me move around the studio. That's why I'm in the middle right now. See, that's me closer to being on this show more often. And we tested all the road equipment. We're gonna have a full setup in our suite where we're staying, so we can do Friday Night Tights from the con. And then we're gonna roll around the con and hopefully not get con crud. That'd be nice to not get con. Maybe because I don't make out with dudes like these guys do. So Eric, not you. So but Eric, Ryan has shown resilience though. So good for you, buddy.
Yeah, he is.
That's right. I'm younger and more virile.
Yeah, he's like 40 years younger than me, so he's got that going for him. So
yes,
true.
So
somebody sent a super chat earlier that said the HIV helps keep everything else away. So I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Not sure.
I
Work for
love,
Magic Johnson. So,
I love white people. You guys are fucking funny.
Magic Johnson's T cell count's probably higher than mine with all those fucking meds he's taking.
bro, I remember when he got AIDS when I was younger. I'm like, Magic Johnson can be dead in 5 years. Oh my god,
You're like,
horrible.
Magic Johnson's he's gay and he's gonna die?
Yeah. You know how big that fucking news was? Okay, this news was so big. I was getting arrested in jail. I was being processed, and the entire fucking jail stopped to watch it. Like, I'm like, can I get through this process? No, Magic Johnson has AIDS, so I got to sit here for another 2 hours. News. And I'm like, can I get arrested already and get in there so I can smoke a cigarette, please? I'm tired. I'm sorry for Magic Johnson and everything, but yeah, that's how big the news was. Everything fucking stopped in the fucking jail. Including my arrest. I'm like, can I go home? I mean, like, the world's over. Magic Johnson has AIDS.
I'm making a video for Geeks Gamers clips titled "Magic Johnson's AIDS helped stop Gary from being arrested."
True story.
we should start doing clips of Gary prison stories.
Yes. Can I just start a Gary Prison Stories or Nerdrotic Prison Stories YouTube channel? That'll be another Geeks and Gamers.
Nerdrotic prison. We can go because there's after prison stories.
Yeah.
I subscribe to that guy. I watch it all the time. Yeah, I can relate.
Oh man.
But and Rip, I know you got stuff going on too. So if you need to bounce, man.
Yeah,
Rip has been working his ass off. So I called him today and I was like, "Yo, man," I said, "Here's the plan." He goes, "Okay, cool," because he was working when I called him. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
man.
So,
This is life, man. Like I think this is what it's gonna be. But
according to Uche, you weren't sweaty enough in your gym picture.
oh yeah, apparently me fucking being drenched ain't fucking good enough.
Yeah, according to Uche, who rolls over once every 24 hours out of his weed coma to have the worst take in the world.
I know.
You weren't sweaty enough.
I know. I try to do all of this shit and get my sweat on, but according to Uche, it's just not good enough. I got to do a little better in my workouts, I guess. In addition to all the million things that I get, I will say though, like we are right around the corner for this fucking Rippaverse stuff, man. Like this is why we're hustling and bustling so much this week, because we think we can get the website done this week and start like finishing up the testing. Like I said, guys, everything's in print, so all we're doing right now is like waiting for the site to be finished, tested, and ready to rock. And once that's done, we're good. And now we got all our promotional assets, so it's fucking right around the corner, like we're talking about right around the corner. So I have an update for you guys with that as soon as I have an update, but it's that's why I've been grinding non-fucking stop, man. So
I'm kind of pissed that PayPal restored your shit so quick, because I was gonna send you a $5 super chat on your next stream and be like, Rip, I feel really bad for you, man. I left 10 grand in your PayPal. But unfortunately, you won too quick. So.
I know, too fast, too fucking fast. But yeah, no, it's obviously been wonderful for me to be here, man. I'm glad we got Gary here as well, and we're gonna kill it next week. And if I have an update next week, I'll for sure give it to you. But
hey,
yeah, I
man,
guess I'll go get to work.
Like I told you, man, FNT, G&G, Nerdrotic, we're gonna push the fuck out of Rippaverse, man.
I think that's
Rippaverse is going to be a massive success. It's going to blow you away. I know you've got expectations, Eric. They're going to get blown away. They're going to get blown away.
I'm excited, man. I'm fucking stoked, man. I'm stoked for y'all to get it too, man. But yeah, like I said, we'll be at it next week, man. And like y'all are doing the meetup out here in Dallas, fucking, and y'all maybe seeing there as well. You know what I mean? So should be fun. But yeah, I'm gonna get to work, man. It's been fun, man. Again, we got to have Gary back on as soon as we can.
Yep. I'll see you Sunday, if not sooner, because we'll probably try to get I don't know if I can get a Fortnite
or some shit.
I got to get a Fortnite in at some point this week.
That's probably be what it is. Yeah, just hit me up, man. Just hit me up.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. Peace out, y'all.
Yeah. All right, Gary.
Guys.
All right, man. It's good having you on, bro.
Hey,
I missed you on the Geeks and Gamers side. So
we won't tell Epic Mike that you made us kick him off the stream to come on. So we won't let him know.
Tell him. I mean, he killed Josiah, so like he deserved it.
That's true.
Killing Josiah.
God. Wait till you see some of the shit we record in Orlando, man. Holy shit. It's crazy.
Oh, you kill him again? That'd be funny. That'd
It's
be fun.
crazy. It's good
We
stuff,
tried.
man. So it is. But we have, I'd say we got a good 10, 12 videos. If the editing works out, got a good 10, 12 videos that we're going to have. And I'm really happy about some of them specifically. I think they can do some really cool things. So it's,
But good
it's
for you for
exciting.
actually doing. I always forget to fucking do on those meetups. I barely live stream. I'm terrible at it. So good. Good
Well,
stuff out.
well, yeah. I mean, Ryan's the reason those live stream happened. He had a full plan on that. And then because my mind was in like all these other places of content, and then luckily Ryan had that idea. He got all the setup. So, dude's a machine. So, and he didn't
Yeah,
get sick.
wanted to make sure we took advantage of everybody being there, sitting at the same table, live streaming every day, because that's eventually the plan. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So, I mean, between what we got going on and the plans, what you got going on, you and Quarter Black and Perry and X-Ray Girl and all that. I mean, it's awesome, man. I'm excited about the future for all this stuff. So, but yeah, man, go. What are you gonna do? You're gonna watch Kenobi and just kind of.
I'm gonna do a fucking Star Wars video. I'm not happy about it because I was like really not gonna talk about this shit, but they pulled me back in.
Pulled you back in. So hell
Right.
yeah. All right, man.
I'll be and go to sleep. So
all right, get out of here. I'll see you Friday, brother.
catch you later. Thanks, guys. Bye, chat.
Go subscribe to
Gary.
Nerdrotic. Not that you need me to say it, but yeah, Gary's the man. So, all right. So
Now,
we got a lot of
but-
super chats.
We do. And before we get to a couple of these super chats, I wanted to actually give a shout out to the newest member of Geeks and Gamers who no one has seen on these streams yet. No one's seen any videos of. But I wanted to share with you guys. I'll share his channel here. Fear the Beardo. You might have heard us talk about him a couple times. I've been talking to him a little bit over the past couple days. I finally have him all set up with the OBS overlays. He's going to be joining to help me out on the Sports Wars team. So he talks about gaming stuff. He talks about sports. He talks about entertainment and pop culture. He's been grinding away on the YouTube channel and definitely deserves way more subs than he has. You guys are going to get to know him a little bit over the next couple weeks and months, I'm sure. But I wanted to give him a big shout out. Fear the Beardo. And I will I'll put
He's
that in
awesome,
chat
man.
right now.
Yeah,
And
I gave him a mention a couple months ago on this show just because he reached out and I watched his videos. He makes really good content. And I think you guys are going to enjoy his channel and obviously what he's going to bring to Sports Wars. So we're looking forward to that.
And I see him in the chat right now. I would highlight it, but I can't because we're not actually using StreamYard anymore. But I see Fear the Beardo in the chat. It's gonna be a blast, and I said a little bit. It kind of reminds me of Disbrew in a way. And there's a lot of YouTube channels out there. We get DMs, we get emails all the time. We don't see them all. We can't answer them all, but every once in a while, it kind of sticks out to us, kind of like Disbrew's did. And Disbrew had like 50 subscribers or 30 subscribers or
like
something.
20 or 30, yeah.
Yeah, and he had like some good content, but it just wasn't able to get traction. And now what's Disbrew at? Like 25,000, 23,000. And he's absolutely killing it because he makes great content. So I'm looking forward to having fucking help on Sports Wars because Jeremy doesn't do shit for that channel anymore. But
Football season, I'll be back.
Yeah, there you go. But I am definitely looking forward to seeing what he's able to do over there. So give him a sub if you guys can. Appreciate it.
Yep, good stuff, man. Good stuff. And we'll have some more some more people we're gonna announce for the team that I met in Orlando in the coming days, weeks. So, but Beardo's awesome. Looking forward to it, man. So, all right.
yeah.
So, let's
I'll go back to the very first ones we got in the initial stream.
one. Yeah, and I know Steven has a $50 one over there. If you can find that one really quick, Steven Wasick. As a matter of fact, I have that one pulled up already.
Yeah, I got it. Think Jeremy. So $50 from Steven Wasick. Think Ryan and Jeremy got what's referred to as the con plague. Hopes for a speedy recovery. Smallest ME I've seen in a while. Smallest ME. F Lucasfilm and their rank hypocrisy. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Gina Carano did nothing wrong. Hail all. Well, thank you very much, Steven. Smallest ME I've seen in a while. Smallest me I've seen in a while. I don't know what that I don't know. Not sure what that means. But thank you, Steven.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's definitely the con flu. I mean, and you know, which again,
that shit happens.
it happens, and you know, I definitely this one's going on pretty long. So, but it's just you know, it's a flu. That's what it is.
Everyone that came to boot camp, you'd get like the boot camp bug. Everybody be a little bit sick for like the first like week or so, because you have people coming from all over the country and all coming together.
ME's main event. ME
Oh,
is main
smallest.
event.
Oh, smallest main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have fucking known that. But yes, again, the goal was to keep this at 2 hours. So we were like, let's, you know, maybe just we'll tighten it up a little bit. Just me, Jeremy, and Ripa. That evolved to Gary. But then it doesn't matter. We still talk for forever because there's a lot of you guys here that care a lot about the topic at hand.
100%. And yeah, and then the other thing too is Geeks and Gamers is, and there is a comment that I wanted to read really quick. This is over on Twitter, and I actually want feedback from people because, again, I listen to what you say, and I understand that my perception is different than the majority of the audience's perception, probably, and sometimes I need to be centered and reminded. So this is just I'm not going to read this person's name because I don't know if they want their name out there or whatever, but they say, "Hey, Jeremy, I'm a big fan of Geeks and Gamers and the crew's individual channels. Love the Geeks and Gamers house streams. The whole team is doing lots of videos and streams on their channels, but it seems the main Geeks and Gamers channel has relatively little activity on it except for Mario Kart main event and Odin's box office breakdown. It also seems, with exceptions, video numbers are down, in which I find kind of sad because I kind of see the main channel as home base for all of you guys. I was wondering if there were any plans to start having more activity on the main channel. Again, I hope so. I find it fantastic the way you support everybody on the team and encourage them on their own channels. Great leadership right there. I just would like to see them posting more on the main channel. Anyway, keep it up and I'll keep watching." I believe when I read that, I believe that's probably the sentiment of a lot of people that watch this channel, because I am so lost in so many different things that we have going on. But I feel like people want more of that content. It went from me uploading 3-4 videos a day, you know, and now it's like I don't upload a lot. Then I've got my D-Day Cobra channel, which I haven't uploaded there in like 2.5 months. But then we have like all these other channels, these gaming streams, and so I guess I just wanted to get some feedback in the chat from that. And we don't have to discuss it too much right here because we got so much to do. But I thought that was really good constructive criticism for me to hear, and I'd like to hear you guys sound off in the chat as well, and I'll let Ryan keep reading.
Okay. Yeah, and I know like me and Josiah have started posting videos over here on the main channel, and we will continue to do that. One of the things, obviously, moving around and all the stuff we had going on the past couple weeks kind of put a halt to that, just like it did like for everywhere. But yeah,
I mean,
the
people that hate me and hate Geeks and Gamers, they've keyed in on the fact that the main channel's numbers are down and all that, and they are down because guess what? When you don't
make videos,
when you don't make fucking videos, of course you're not gonna grow in subscribers. Of course you're not gonna, get the views. The fact that this channel still gets between 1.5 million and 2 million views is retarded. That we're not even.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
we're not even trying. Yeah.
It's like so. I needed to hear that, and I'm glad I heard that, and I definitely will take that into strong consideration as I'm trying to map out the next phase of what we're doing.
And Jeremy, you know what you can tell those haters? You can say, "Look, I played 7 hours of Fortnite last night, so take that, bitch." That'll show them. But all right, let's see. Where are we, Mr.? This is the first super chat of the night. Mr. VNM1 for 2. Leighton Gay, thank you. Revan for 2. Typical Lucasfilm. Yes, indeed. That was low watermark. You all sound ill. I'm gonna take that as it means we're sick. Hell yeah.
And we do have $100 from LinkFan. I think Ryan, and this is on Streamlabs, I think Ryan will agree with me, but I'm offended that as a straight white male, I can't see myself in the modern space Nazis, and I have to settle for bumbling idiot hero who is replaced by the end of the first episode. Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
No competent Nazis in entertainment anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
Hang on, then we got another Jay Schwalbach for $107.43. I am a total confused. If I stick my penis into something, it doesn't mean I'm not a great lover? Question mark. I have to care about what I'm doing. Who do you think I am? As care about what you produce. 43 cents. I always give it cause change matters. Hail FNT. Thank you, Jay
Nice.
Schwalbach.
Thank you, Jay. I just wanted to
And
share this.
Thank you, Link fan, and thank you, Jay Schwalbach.
I want to share this from Quarter Black. This is really fucking true. Star Wars releases crap.
Okay,
Oh
I
wow,
that.
so many racist people. That is
That's
perfect for today.
Yes, I am retweeting that right now. Let me go find that. And I apologize with my nasally voice, but that's just what it is. So go ahead.
Mo Zamboni for 5. Ryan Kennel. HIV keeps the other diseases at bay. Thank you. Puerto Rican Sasquatch for 2. There's only 6 Star Wars movies. Change my mind. I won't try. The Matrix and Roadshow for 5. What's up, John? Shout out to my Texas brother, Ripa, and new Texas brother, Gary. What's up, Ryan and Jeremy? What's up, John? John Matrix joins us every Sunday on the Sports Wars stream. John is a great dude. If you guys aren't subbed to all the black and white sports channels, they're killing it right now. So make sure you do that.
Love those guys.
Albert, not a retro for Canadian 5. Okay, 2 quick chats before I take off. Jeremy, if you're still interested to sit down with Brian Martinez at Honey Badgers Bite on Twitter to make contact. Thank you, Albert. Low water, we already said, I'll say that one again. Low watermark for $10. Jeremy looks terrible. Mike Hill for 10. Hail, everybody. Are y'all looking forward to the premiere of The Boys this weekend? No, to me, after what The Boys did in the second, like, it was so on the fucking nose what they did in that second season. I'm really not interested in season 3.
Yeah, I liked season 1. I didn't see season 2, and I heard about everything. So I didn't even check it out. I mean, I thought Homelander was just an awesome character, you know, in season 1, and I thought it was a great portrayal of like what Superman would be if he wasn't Superman, you know. And but after what I heard about season 2, I just kind of lost interest in it.
Yeah. 5 picoseconds for 5. Pretty neat that Twitter just suggested me 4 random Star Wars tweets from accounts I don't follow. Glad Twitter is genuine and not at all manipulated. They got everybody on board this, we stand against racism tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, let's all make tweets about I stand with not kicking puppies.
Yeah.
How about that? Is everybody on board with that? Probably. Okay. Albert, not a retro for Canadian 5. Secondly, not offended by naked Thor in Love and Thunder. Give the girls some eye candy. I think the scene makes the female characters look bad. Well, I even made a video about that. I don't think too many people are offended by that. I think the problem is that it's hypocritical for Marvel, for the MCU, who's actively trying to desexualize their female characters and cover them up, to then have a scene like that sexualizing Thor and having women faint around him and everything. Because you know damn well, if we'd done that to Natalie Portman, if Natalie Portman had got stripped naked in that moment and everybody was fawning over her, there would be massive backlash from the fucking retards that they have as MCU stands right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because that's not respecting women. How dare you, Taika Waititi?
Our entire stance on everything is double standards. That's pretty much it.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much our whole issue. Like, you go back to the Brie Larson stuff, and it's like, do I care what Brie Larson said in isolation? No. I say worse shit to Orion in private. We say worse things to each other. You know what I mean?
I say worse than in public.
We don't care what people say. It's the fact that the hypocrisy in the environment in which it's said, and the fact that you can't do that if the roles were reversed, or if the races were reversed, or if the gender was, or whatever. You know what I mean?
If Star Wars had made that tweet that we talked about with Gina Carano, none of us are really talking about their response about Moses Ingram today. You know what I mean? Because if they kept it consistent, if it's, hey, anyone working for us that is subject to any kind of internet, trolling or attacks or whatever, we're going to take a public stand for them. But no, that's not the case. We know that's not the case, which is why it's a fucking problem. And when you factor in that for months, Gina Carano was getting death threats, harassment threats, like all this stuff was happening to her, and that's documented, that's public, that's proven, but they still said nothing and eventually fired her. Yet for Moses Ingram, in the middle of her character getting a ton of backlash, not for being black, but for being a terrible fucking character in the Kenobi series, all of a sudden you get these couple mean Instagram DMs, which come the fuck on. I might just go through my Instagram DMs tonight and like pull up random fucking mean shit and make a video about that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that.
I got plenty of it.
Yeah. Especially anytime I make a LeBron video. My God, there's a lot of LeBron fans on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they all hate me because I'm white. Carlos Batista for 5. Disney is thinking about bringing Kyle Katarn. Please, no, don't ruin Kyle. Well, I heard Dave Filoni have a little aside about a question about Kyle Katarn. I don't think they're actually thinking about it. Although there was a Corrin name drop in Kenobi. I fucking hope they don't. CSCH for $5 says, great meeting you at City Walk. Jeremy, you need to get back with me on the FNT G&G roller coaster video so I can Dropbox it to you. Gift for $200. There you go. We did meet him. Yeah.
We met him, but
Jeremy's
I was
been sick.
Yeah, I was planning on trying to meet him again before I left town, but I got pretty sick, and then I kept kind of working through it. And because that's what I always do. But yeah, it's really caught up to me since I got home. So yeah, I had every intent to kind of get with you. So it was great talking to you, and I love seeing all of that. So I'm very interested to continue talking, though. So
it's one thing to roll out of bed and make a video and go back to bed to work through being sick. It's another like go to Disney when it's 95 degrees and walk around.
Yes. Yeah, I heard that. We do have here. We got people backstage there. That way people can look at something better than me and Ryan. So there we go.
Hi,
ladies. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
That it?
Hi. Yeah, I was gonna say, Grant. Well, they probably didn't. They didn't even know they were coming in. Nuclear Winter Gamer for 20. Did you guys see the end of that Pinocchio trailer? That blue fairy had me on the floor dying from laughter. I was an actual fairy. I haven't seen it. It caught me so off guard.
Yeah, I didn't.
We could have just be talking about like an Avatar crossover. I don't know.
Yeah.
What is that picture? That scares me every time.
That's
okay. Fine. I'll change it, Ryan.
Don't change it to me, though.
Sorry.
Mary Nicholson for 10. Hey all, not looking forward to working retail next month. I don't know why the fuck we even need a Pride Week at a dang pet store. It's ridiculous. They're turning the freaking frogs gay.
Dude, this is that tweet from Elon. That tweet from Elon was fantastic.
The Pride Month, the tornado,
yeah. So good.
Yeah. Paul Bustle for 5. Would someone please ask Eric to tell us what he really thinks about this BS? I can't tell if he likes this shit or hates it. Yeah. Ty Sloan for 5. Do you guys like Miss Marvel Kamala Khan as a character? Do you think she will be a big, long-standing character in the MCU? She was in the Avenger game. I think she's a dog shit character, and I think her show's going to be fucking dog shit. She said, she even said the actress who plays her is like, I don't care if they change my powers. I don't care if I have sausages coming out of my fingers or something. I don't think Kamala Khan's going to make any waves in the MCU other than make us a lot of money on videos. So, Ty Sloan for another 5. What are your thoughts on Cal Kestis in the Jedi Survivor game? Do you think it will be good like Fallen Order? I think that Fallen Order was fine. Interestingly enough, there was a female Inquisitor of color in Jedi Fallen Order that Star Wars fans embraced and loved her story. Interesting how that works. That people weren't racist towards her.
Yeah, I mean, it's well, I just find it funny how they didn't put out the same tweet like you said earlier about Rosario Dawson when she was facing all of that shit from those people calling her horrible names, like actual tweets that you can see that are public, that they were trashing Rosario Dawson. You know what I mean? Nothing. Nothing. No statement. No, we stand with Rosario and anyone attacking her. You know, like nothing. They're so full of shit, dude. It's such specific. It's so specific, meant to, like you just said earlier, gaslight. It's all it's meant to do, and that's why so many people are tired of it. Fuck, it pisses me off.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson gets cast as Ahsoka. There were two things I remember from that. I remember all the trans shit, right? Because of some story about some fucking freak who was suing them over a bullshit story, right? And then I also do remember a small contingent of people wanting Ashley Eckstein to play the character.
Yeah.
Now, that has nothing to do with racism and the fact that Ashley Eckstein is the voice of Ahsoka and has been the voice of Ahsoka forever. But simply put, she's not a live action actress, right? Like, she's just not. So that had nothing to do with racism. And that's why you didn't hear about any racist attacks about Rosario Dawson, because people in general like the portrayal of the character and they like that character. Mm-hmm. Like, you can go down the list again, like Giancarlo Esposito. I think he's half black, half Italian or something. Did we hear a peep of racist attacks about Giancarlo Esposito when he was in The Mandalorian?
Nope. Because he's a phenomenal actor.
He's a great actor, and people, for the most part, were kind of fine with that character.
Yeah.
It's so laughable. And the idea that anyone seriously thinks that Moses Ingram is getting this wave of racist backlash, you're insane.
It's laughable that these morons just eat it up. Just eat it up. It is the NPC download. That's what it is.
I mean, why? Like, I guess, like, if you're Star Wars, why the fuck not do this? This is the audience you've pandered to. You might as well get them riled up. You might as well get all these, garbage tier websites to write the same fucking article. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why not at this point? You're not going to do this the right way. You're going to take the easy way out and use these people, these minorities that you've casted, as a shield, because that's all you care about. That's why you put them there. And that's the fucked up part, which instead of just telling a good story and casting people and telling a great story, I have never seen Moses Ingram act. I believe she can be better than what we've seen on screen. I think a lot of that probably has to do with directing and writing. But instead of writing her a character that is well done and can be, like, well accepted by Star Wars fans, you wrote her to be very unlikable. And there was clearly no direction given to her to act anything other than just like mean bitch. You know what I mean? So this is the response that you've got for her character. But no, you're just using diversity as this club to wield around.
Yep.
16-bit mascot for 5. Golden panel tonight. Cheers, fellas. Always enjoy your work. Thank you, 16-bit.
Thank you.
Papa Cotty for 5. Josh on Den and Nerd's new video is a really good take on opposing fandoms. I can't say I've seen it. I saw him asking earlier, just because people think somebody's woke, does that mean that they're racist? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He unfollowed me on Twitter, so I'm not sure. I still follow him, though. Not sure what that was about, whether it's about opposing fandoms or not, but hey. Minor Zircon for 2. Ryan did a great Lofty impersonation. I wasn't trying to, but it was probably just like praising something for diversity.
Ryan's impersonations are scary good. He just needs to make a YouTube channel impersonating other YouTubers. It would do really good.
I don't think it would do very well.
I think it would. I really do think it would do good. As you started impersonating like bigger YouTubers and shit.
But I don't want to like, oh, I'm gonna impersonate Scarce or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's so stupid. The drama between Keemstar and Ethan Klein is really heating up. It cut. You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to fucking do with, like, I don't know.
Do like Keemstar.
Let's get right into the news. This is crazy. Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Wow.
I got the beard. I just need to point the beard a little more.
Yeah. Oh man.
I haven't said nearly as many. No, I'm done. I haven't said nearly as many N-words as Keemstar has online, so I have to catch up there. But that's in the past, though. This is a good guy, Keem, now.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of Keemstar. I don't know if Keemstar knows who I am. I'm a huge fan of Keemstar, though. I
Keem,
love
yeah.
that dude. He understands the internet better than most. I love that dude. I know, like, people, he's so divisive for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. Dude's a legend. I love Keemstar. I'm a huge fan. I love what that guy does.
It's so funny because every single like video or documentary or whatever that I watch about some random YouTube personality, like some
Keem's always
crazy
in
shit,
it.
Keem's always in
He's
it. Like
always
there's
in it.
always something that has Keemstar in it. You can't get through one of these like hour-long YouTube documentaries without Keemstar popping up for some reason. It's so fucking funny.
It's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
Taker 610 for 2. Are you the leading actor though, Ewan? He is the leading actor, not the leading actress. That's Riva. She's been the one that's been walking around with him. So, Ginger Ninja for 10 pounds. Doesn't say anything, but thank you. Sarcastic Gamer for 5. Good to see Fat Jarbo still has a mega huge rager for Jeremy. I don't even know what Jarbo's doing lately.
Never gonna
Haven't
go
seen
away.
that.
Never gonna go away.
I doubt it's mega huge, but I imagine it is still raging. Monopoly Loser for 5. Ewan's integrity is as solid as StreamYard's connection. Hail, gents. Yeah, that was fucked up today. We can't keep doing that. Philip Johnson for 5. The one racist person I know does not give a crap about Star Wars. I'll ask the man that I ran into at Publix the other day. That's the one racist I've run into in the past 10 years. I'll ask him what he thinks about Star Wars.
Who's Rep Zion?
Repzion?
Repzion, is that it? He said he just mentioned y'all. Somebody in the chat said he just mentioned y'all. Is he somebody that would like us or hate us?
I don't know. I can't. I'm not sure. I'm not up to date on the latest Repzion lore. But I don't know. I'm familiar with Repzion though. He's been around a while. Mr. Left Turn for 10. Got to take my dad to see Top Gun 2 over the weekend, and as a thank you for showing me the original when I was 3, 100% worth the 24 years we had to wait for a sequel. P.S. Raylos are weird. Solo lost money. I don't know if it was you that left that comment on my video. It was like, my dad took me to see Top Gun, and 36 years later, I'm taking him to see Top Gun 2. That was fucking so cool to me. But yeah. Senor Spielbergo for 10. StreamYards is very unbreaded. Yeah, it's unbreaded as fuck today. That's for sure.
I would imagine it's not in a good way based on the Twitter account. So.
I don't think so. But I probably not, but you never know.
Get in line if you don't like us. Never heard of him, but got a big channel.
Yeah, he's a good big channel. Game Night Dallas for $20. Gary and Ryan, I sent you guys an email DM about having Game Night Dallas. I actually remember, I think I saw a DM from you, Game Night Dallas, about having Game Night Dallas join y'all for the Dallas meetup. It would be great to link up with you guys and provide for some free gaming entertainment. Yeah, I have to remember that. I will check my DMs and I'll check my emails as well. Game Night Dallas, thank you. Yo Jitsu for 5. Hail Geeks and Gamers. My avatar says it all. I think you sent me your avatar, actually. Let's see if I can find it. Here you go. Yes, I should share it fully. I don't know. I don't know why this is here, or I'm not sure why this is happening or why you made this your profile picture, but it is funny. Jeremy, I like it. There you go.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Oh my god.
I like half of it.
That is so funny.
I like the red hat part. Not a big fan of the Baby Yoda part, but
I'm
hey.
okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Mo Zamboni for 10. Just have Ryan yell at StreamYard for messing up you guys' order. That should fix it. Maybe. I don't know. It's pretty fucked up. Monopoly Loser for 5. Ewan McGregor breaded confirmed. Thank you. It's so funny how breaded and unbreaded has become such a ridiculous fucking meme, all because of Nick Rekieta.
I know.
Let's see. Ted Troll for 20. The third sister needs to be known as Darth Shaniqua. I don't know if that would go over very well. I saw some
Probably
people
not.
like saying, I can't believe they called a black girl sister. And it's like, that's how they're fucking named. Like it's been that way since Rebels. It's like fifth brother, second sister. Like that's just how it is. So, I know probably not everyone's watched Rebels, and it's probably a good thing for them. But Kittle's missing Y chromosome for 5. 1 out of 2. There's a bunch of other places you can spend your money other than companies like Disney. Another 5. For example, Thripaverse, Geeks and Gamers Premium, and the surgery to reduce host body's second trimester looking forehead. Thank you, Kendall's missing Y chromosome. Appreciate that. Low watermark for 10. Best TNME ever. That's quite a bold claim right there, but thank you, Low Watermark. We had a good crowd here, even though we had to restart the stream.
Yes.
And Knock Maman for 10. Taking care of my mom today. Took her to Top Gun 2. She loved it. Then put on Boss Level. I could have put on Kenobi, but I want her to get better and have a fun day. Kenobi won't help with either of those. There you go. Thank you, Anak Maman. Canadian Bear for 5. Ripa, read my human halves super chats. Canadian Bear wants Ripa to read Jay's super chats. There you go. Stephen Wasik for 20. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird as fuck. Fuck Lucasfilm. Gina Carano did nothing wrong. Hail all and prayers for a speedy recovery for what the congoers I know referred to as the con plague. Thank you again, Stephen. Appreciate it. B-Rad for 5. I found the writing cringe and noticed lots of woke elements in Stranger Things 4. I think it could be better. Thoughts? First time donating. Love you all. Well, thank you very much for the donation. I've never watched a single episode of Stranger Things, including season 4, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah, I like it. I liked season 4 a lot. And yeah, I mean, season 1's perfect. Nothing's going to match season 1. I liked season 2 more than a lot of people, it seems. But season 3 was a complete, like, I checked out of the series completely. I only started watching season 4 because a few people had told me they liked it. So yeah, I started watching it, and I really enjoyed season 4. So season 4 kind of got it back to basics. Still a little too much of the Russia stuff, which again, that's one of my disconnects from season 3. I like it when they're in Hawkins. I like it when they're all together, kind of exploring and doing all that stuff. That's what I love about Stranger Things. So, but looking forward to the second part for sure.
Johnny's for $5. Greatest episode of TNME yet. Panel of Titans when less is more. Thank you very much, Johnny's. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so I've got people sending me the video where this guy mentioned me, I guess. And did John Campea call me out also today? Am I hearing that correctly?
I don't know.
Back in the Star Wars mode.
I know John Campea basically said that people criticizing her. I didn't see the clip. I just heard him say the whole basement dwelling cousin humper thing.
Oh,
I heard
he did that one again.
But I don't know. He needs new material, I suppose.
Apparently.
I don't know. I just call everybody retards and cocksuckers.
It's kind of what Gary said.
Either.
It's like Gary said. Just might as well just re-upload videos from 3 years ago, do it all over again. It's just the same song and dance.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't really. There's no way I'm gonna sit there, I guess, and unless someone very directly attacks me, that's actually worth my fucking time. But even then, I don't do too much stuff on YouTubers. I tend to focus more on these multi-billion-dollar corporations. But if people want to focus all of their attention on us instead of the multi-billion-dollar organizations, then that's all the better for us. Brent Chesson for 20. People need to fight this BS racist narrative with the fact that both Trilla and Sari, I think, from Jedi Fallen Order were great characters. Elizabeth Grulin and Deborah Wilson both knocked out of the park, unlike Moses Ingram. Yeah, we just kind of mentioned that. It's not like the fan base isn't racist. Is there 1 or 2 racist people going to be in every 1,000 or 2,000 comments or Instagram DMs? Of course. That's the fucking world. But the idea that it's some sort of specific racist backlash is absolute dog shit.
Yep.
JS Pena for 2. Ryan, thoughts on Harley's passing? I actually talked about that a little bit on my stream, just about how bad I feel for Mark and Extra Girl. And, I know Krista recently went through losing, a pet as well, which it always sucks. Because as much as I obviously, gave Extra Girl and Mark shit about Harley, jokingly, obviously, that's one of the worst things ever, because dogs, you get so close to them and all they want to do is love you and make you happy. And you get into this relationship knowing that it's going to end, before you're gone. So just because we don't get enough time with our dogs and our pets. So it really sucks. And I feel real bad for Extra Girl and Mark. So hopefully Harley's resting easy in heaven there. So
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, we knew that the dog was older, and obviously the stuff that we do is all meant in good fun. And if it was ever like serious, it would, you know, or some, like, we always, you know, as a team, as friends or whatever, we're like, hey, maybe not do that one anymore. So obviously it was all in good fun. All parties, you know, were understanding of it. Ryan had me in tears the last time we were talking about it. Like, just I was laughing my ass off because he's so funny. But yeah, once it actually, you know, that happened, everybody felt for X-Ray Girl. So nothing but thoughts and prayers out there to them, and they know that we got their backs. You know, Mark is an awesome dude. X-Ray Girl has been nothing but a joy since she, you know, came onto the team, and now she's doing the stuff with Friday Night Tights, and yeah, good stuff. So R.I.P. to Harley.
yep.
Everybody's freaking out because Chris is looking at him, so she's not blinking.
Yeah, she's a freak. 6-bit
Wow.
mascot for 5. You guys are on point tonight. Cheers and kudos for all your success. Thank you, 16-bit mascot.
Oops.
Bert.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh
What
God.
the fuck? Oh, oh, that was so bad.
Sorry. Yeah.
Bert for $10. Ryan, is there space for more than 2.75 good black people at this year's BoomerCon Vegas? 1 with Ripa, 2 with John Matrix, 2.5 with Mike, 2.75 with Quarter Black. I'm looking to finalize my trip soon. I think we're gonna have so many white people there, we can probably handle it. We could probably handle another base black man there, Bert. So come on out, buddy. James Tiberius Kirk for Aussie $10, just dropping in from Australia to say, "G'day, crew. Kenobi's trash. The end." Yeah, I don't think it's very good, but again, pretty critical. Battle him for 5. Quesada quit Marvel today, was probably fired. I suspect there'll be more to follow. Good. Joe Quesada's a fuck. A lot of people should be out of a job there. Shadow Fenrir for 10. Disney got really lazy with Reva. We already got this character with Trilla from Jedi Fallen Order. I'd argue Elizabeth Grolan's voice and motion capture of Trilla is way, way better than Moses Ingram. A lot of people seemingly bringing that up today. Thank you, Shadow. Rick Carrera, member for 14 months. Hail, chat. Hail, Rick. Good to see you, man. Larry Herzog for 5. On my 4th week of rehab here in lovely Orange County. Got access to my phone last week. Looking at doing at least 90 days. Thanks to Gary for his inspiring story. Have a great stream. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that, brother. Hope you're doing well. Taker 610 for 10. Gary, I'm glad you abandoned the idea of sitting on a couch in your boxers for an entire FNT. I know after Zia's appearance, you wanted to make sure FNT was about equality and not only for the boys. That's pretty good. Yeah, like Chrissy had been, talking about Zia for a while, and like I was happy we had Zia on. She actually knows, even though she might have bad opinions about Marvel Disney Plus shows, the fact that she was passionate and watched a lot of the same stuff that we do, I really love that. So, and I know a lot of the chat liked the way that she was sitting the entire night. So, shout out to the chat. And Nakmaman for $5. Ryan bought a chainmail mesh top for his Bennett from Commando cosplay. I wish. Don't spoil the surprise, though. Brado Jacko for 2. I will never mock Tom Cruise again. Legend and hero. Oh, I will mock him for the way that he runs, for how short he looks in some scenes. But you can't deny that man has produced some good fucking movies over the years. And as insane as he might be, he's the good kind of insane.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Listen, I would rather give my money to whatever Tom Cruise is doing. Like if he's just like jerking off in $100 bills and thinking that it's going right to L. Ron Hubbard. I don't fucking know, but I don't care. I'd rather give that man my money than Disney. So
he's a rock star, man. He just is. He's a legend.
Yes.
Definition of a movie star. I mean, he's the definitive movie star.
Mm-hmm. Not Tom Cruise, Christopher Hill for 10. Yeah, give us some of my money back, Tom. Christopher Hill for $10. 40 billion to Ukraine, billions to feed, clothe, house, and medical for illegal aliens. Not a fucking penny for securing or hardening our schools. I cannot disagree with you, Chris.
Me either. Chris is having way too much fun on these pictures.
KRG for 5. If you want a good laugh, check out Prostitute Mickey on YouTube. I do want a good laugh. I don't know what that'll be, though. But thank you, KRG. Jonathan Coble for 10. Thanks for speaking truth. Many other Star Wars creators are sadly towing the PC line. The racism play was Disney counter-marketing 101 for bad material. We saw it coming a mile away. Gary is the shiz. Yeah, like, I fucking, I made a video. I have a thumbnail that looks remarkably fucking similar to the one that I made today because we saw this coming. Let's see if I can find it in my videos here.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that was paying attention to this for, any significant amount of time saw this coming. And they just confirmed it once again. Once again. Again, to be clear, I don't know why we have to continue to give all of this extra context, but whatever, it's part of it. No one is supporting any racism that is directed towards this woman. No one is genuinely, going to support that. What our problem is the hypocrisy from Lucasfilm and the fact that they pick and choose who they're going to stand with, and the fact that they had no problem with China's racism because they needed China's money. So they were okay. They didn't resist, when it came to China because they were more interested in the money. They didn't stand up for Gina Carano when Gina Carano was facing literal death threats from people publicly on Twitter over and over and over again. Yet they wanted to make this an issue because they're trying to deflect from criticism. That is the problem. Doesn't matter what anybody else out there says. Doesn't matter how they want to spin it. That is literally directly from my mouth. That is what we are calling out. The hypocrisy from Lucasfilm.
Yeah, like this. I made this video 5 days ago. Star Wars attacks fans again. And it's about Moses Ingram's comments promoting the Kenobi series, saying that Lucasfilm told her that there'd just be a bunch of racists. And lo and behold, her prophecy comes true when they need to drum up a little more controversy and a little more media spin for this. Like, this was all planned out. They meant to do this because they knew that people would have problems with her character. So they set it up like this in the media so that they could then go and have this reaction. It's not a fucking secret. It's not rocket science. It's just what SJWs do. Not your friend, pal. Not your pal guy. Not your pal buddy for $10. His name is just Not Your Friend, Pal. Warhammer 40K is way better than Star Wars. You guys are great. Let the salt flow. Thank you. Appreciate that. Not your friend, pal. Uncle Sam for 5. Fact check. Most iconic character Vader was voiced by a black man, James Earl Jones. Kind of like richest man in the world's an African. Musk, much love. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Bweezy Bird for 2. Star Wars Explained got 40K likes for racism bad. Not a surprise.
Man, what a stunning and brave thing to do.
Yeah. Star Wars Explained. Enoch Maman for 10. The one experienced writer on Kenobi, Stuart Betty. He wrote Jeremy's favorite movie, G.I. Joe: Rise of the Cobra. By the way, bad movie or not, Ray Park will always be my Snake Eyes.
Ray Park's fantastic Snake Eyes, and as I've said, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow in those movies are fucking phenomenal. They really are. So everything else, kind of dog shit, especially in Rise of Cobra. Shut up, Brian. Shut up. Don't even say it.
Just saying, my favorite representation of G.I. Joe on screen is definitely Channing Tatum's Duke. Like, doesn't get any better than that. I've said it for years. I'll always say it.
Fucking hate you.
What the fuck's going on? I need to clean out my... I'm getting a new computer tomorrow, actually.
Oh, are you?
Okay. I am. So that's going to be exciting.
The heck? Give me your old one.
No, I'm not going to pay that fucking shipping.
It's actually cheaper to send it to Canada than it is for Canada to send it to America. So.
Well, it's still money. It could be $5. It'd be too expensive. I'd rather let it sit and collect dust. I said all the... Well, I'm not going to get into that. It won't make me look very good. Low watermark for 10. Good night, guys. Good night, low watermark. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Bronx Beats, nice try. You almost got the tower in.
Almost.
Respect.
Almost.
Respect.
Nice. No, we appreciate the attempt.
Yeah, good attempt. Nina was too quick there, so.
Yep. The woman smacked you down. How do you feel about that?
Like a bitch. Anime sketch for 5. Check out Moses Ingram video talking about it. I watched the video where she's like, there's hundreds more that are like this. It's like, Show them.
Show them.
And also show a bad one, please.
Yes.
Instead of just a black man using the soft N-word to tell you you're not the first one in Star Wars. Oh, it's horrifying racist messages.
Yep.
Jonathan Coble for 5, and Mark has brilliant perspectives. These stories are meant to bring us together in joy, not divide. It's intentional. Keep killing, guys. Much love. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Boogie Boo for 10. The destruction of Star Wars feels deliberate. Disney Lucasfilms destroying the galaxy George created to punish the fandom for rejoicing their retcons and replacements. It's not... I don't think they're doing it to, like, punish a fandom. They're doing it for a message. The fans might get in the way of that message, right? But they're doing it to insert this character that they want in there, and they want to elevate her by what they do to the other established characters. It's the same script we've seen since Disney Star Wars took over. So that fans just get in the way. They don't give a fuck about you.
And by the way, is Krista or Steph need to bounce? Because I know it's getting late. So if any of you, either one of you, well, I know Steph's going to keep taking notes probably. But either way, if either one of you need to bounce, let me know.
Mike Hill for 5. I wonder if Ewan McGregor's decision to make his daughter a drug dealer. Yeah, I think Ewan McGregor's daughter's in that in Kenobi in the second episode. She's like a spice dealer or something, and she's got pink hair. At least in it. So, Jay Forte for 10. Just drove through Alabama from Tennessee to Florida on my way back from vacation with my fam. I have to say all my prejudices were wrong. Alabama's a beautiful state that gets a bad rap. I still hate the Crimson Tide. It's mostly just fucking forests.
I respect that. I respect that. Roll Tide. I respect that take. I'm looking forward to football season. Fucking can't wait for football season, man. I'll actually be back on Sports Wars when football season gets here. So Ryan can quit crying.
Oh, it's not fuck. I can't do anything on that fucking channel. Luka Pilpovich for Aussie 10. The right's gonna go back to losing the culture war with people like Lion Ted blaming video games for society's problems. Hail Jeremy, Eric, Ryan, and Garrett. He had Ted Cruz fucking idiot.
Did he say that again?
Yeah. He said it at NRA.
Oh my!
A couple days ago.
I saw people like I saw Keemstar tweet out a graph, about like shootings in countries or whatever, but I didn't know the context to it. I saw a few people, kind of battling the argument, but I didn't know where the source of it was. So Ted Cruz is such a fuck. Look, and again, people accuse this channel and us of being like right wingers and all. Like, I am not a right winger. I am not a Republican. I am a Trump supporter, but I hate the Republican Party almost as much as the Democratic Party. Like, I can't stand them. I think the Republicans, generally speaking, are trash. And I think the Republican Party is trash, generally speaking. The problem is the Democratic Party has far more influence over a lot of the stuff that I'm into. So that's why I go after them more. But the Republican Party is just almost almost equal in how much trash they are. I hate these idiots. I'm so sick of these idiot conservatives. And, they need to be put on blast too. So fuck Ted Cruz. It's so stupid.
Violent video games. Remember, I will say, do you remember that one video game? It was like definitely video game related. The Madden competition, where that dude like lost the game of Madden and like came back and shot the place up.
Oh yeah, that was in like Jacksonville, I think.
Yeah, but that's like one very specific video game related shooting. But that was Madden. It's not like it was Call of Duty tournament. It was fucking
mad
simulated football.
Mad.
Yeah.
We have a mental health problem. That's what we have. That's what we have right now. And mental health needs to stop being celebrated, and it needs to start being addressed. It's that simple.
Mental health problems need to stop being celebrated. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's like these people like put it in their fucking bio to celebrate their own mental health problems. What?
Yeah.
What? Who the fuck does that?
And Jeremy's not just talking about pronouns. He's talking about when they put like everything that's wrong with them, like depressive, antisocial, like whatever you've been self-diagnosed with, or whatever like some crazy cat lady has diagnosed you with. Yeah, it's very fucking weird, and I think it stemmed from this has been building for a couple decades. It stemmed from it's okay to be different. right? Which then turned into it's desirable to be different and you should celebrate being different, which is then we need to search for ways in which I am different and unique because that is preferred to than being quote unquote normal. And like it's just all accelerated from there. That's how I always thought about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that Ted Cruz comment. I'm so glad he gets roasted every time he fucking says anything. His fucking ugly fucking fat ass. He's so fucking goofy looking.
I respect Ted Cruz's Zodiac killer jokes.
That's about the only thing. God, Ted Cruz is such a fucking waste. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm ashamed as a Texan.
Yeah, he's garbage. He is garbage. By the way, the only rule is don't spam. That's it. That's the only rule. And I mean, there's exceptions. Yeah, I mean, there's exceptions. Like if you're in there trying to say stuff intentionally just to get us in trouble with YouTube, then yeah, we're gonna address that too. But there's one universal rule, and it's just don't spam. You can say how terrible we are all day long in the chat. In fact, we get happy when you say that because it just creates a big argument, and everybody's gonna smack you down. But you have the right to say how terrible we are if that's what you want to say. But yeah, that's it. Just don't spam.
Jack Hudson for $2, a little corgi super sticker. Thank you, Jack. Matt G for 10. At least Wanda and Multiverse of Madness is an established character. Has more MCU screen time than Doctor Strange going into the movie or any villain ever. Reva is literally a nobody stealing the spotlight from Obi-Wan. Yep. Jack Hudson becomes a channel member. Thank you very much. You didn't think that we would forget, did you?
Go ahead.
Canadian bear.
Bruh for $5 says bruh. Thank you. Brado Jacko for 5. Ted Cruz losing over 100 million from Tencent. Or sorry, Tom Cruise leaving. Tom Cruise losing over $100 million from Tencent to keep Taiwan flag and Americanism makes me view his tirade differently and hopeful for Mission Impossible. Says 27. I don't think it's Mission Impossible 27, but I think it's Mission Impossible 8.
8 or 9.
I think 8 and 9 are going to be these last two, if I'm counting right. So MI3, obviously. Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, Fallout. Am I missing one in there?
Which one was Henry Cavill?
Fallout.
Okay,
that's the last one. I might be missing one between
I feel
Ghost
like,
Protocol and Rogue Nation.
I feel like there was 3. Was 4 Ghost Protocol?
4 was Ghost Protocol. 5 was Rogue Nation. I think 6 was Fallout, but I might be wrong. So this one would be 7 and 8.
Okay.
But that's my guess. The RB3 for 5. Can we talk about how fans and mere days made Gore the God Butcher look comic accurate? Also, was there enough Danger Zone in the new Top Gun? I don't know if they did play Danger Zone. They may have played it once. Yeah,
they played it.
But it was fine.
I thought they played at the very beginning.
They did.
Yeah.
Didn't play Take My Breath Away. I figured they would play that one, but I guess they didn't.
I didn't need it. They played it like I've recently rewatched Top Gun. God, they played a lot in that fucking movie. Like they play it way too much.
Do they? Take My Breath Away?
Oh my gosh, they play
it.
Well,
I have not seen Top Gun in a long time. So
like it still is good, but like this movie is better than the original Top Gun.
And I mean, again, it's been a long time since I watched the original, but I can't see any way how this one doesn't surpass it. So when I watch it again, because this movie's just really fucking good, dude. It's really good. I mean, it goes out of its way to do practical effects and put you in, the cockpit and everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're actually doing that stuff.
I know.
Like that's real.
Yeah.
Now is some of it like Hollywood magic? Yeah. I don't think they're pulling 10 fucking G's, but a lot of what they're doing is as accurate as it can possibly be and as close to real and close to physical effects that it can be. And there's behind the scenes stuff. If you don't believe me, you can watch it. It's pretty cool.
Jay's in the chat.
Hey, Jay says Krista's frozen. Oh shit, Krista, did you know that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Patrick.
Canadian bear. I'm a Canadian bear. We're harmless Canadian bears.
Harmless Canadian bears.
Patrick T for 5. What's it going to take to have Rip a comment on HR 25? I don't know what HR 25 is. Look it up real quick.
Canadian bears.
Is it the, is that the Fair Tax Act? I don't know. I've been down for that for a long time, but I don't know, Patrick. I'll have to ask him another time. Adam Wofford for 20. Hey, Gary, remember what I told you? I was hanging out with some lesbians about if they wanted the doctor to be a woman. So one was a friend from high school. I asked to be at their wedding. Also, if donated DNA, they want kids. The fuck? Let me read that one more time. Gary's not here, but says, hey, Gary, remember when I told you I was hanging out some lesbians about if they wanted the doctor to be a woman? Comma, so one was friend from high school, comma, I asked to be at their wedding, comma, also if donated DNA, comma, they want kids. Thank you, Adam.
I got all that.
Cody J. Braun
Did you
for
get all
2.
that? Did you get all that?
I did. Yeah.
Let me show
noted.
everybody a little clip from the Geeks and Gamers house really quick. Right here. Here we go. There we go. Right there.
It's been a great time. It's been a great time. All right, I'm gonna go now.
Jay was barefoot right before that. Like Josiah.
Oh, man.
I really wish you would have put the slippers on or kept
I
them on.
know. Well, it didn't fit him. He did.
I know. It would have made it even funnier.
What size did we even get, Jeremy, for those slippers?
Yeah, we got the wrong size and everything.
It was size 6 or J.
Yeah.
Size 6? Jeez.
I don't even know what it was. It was so small.
Cody J. Braun for 2. Swear Blue Fry and Pinocchio remark looks like RuPaul. Yeah, people are talking about this Pinocchio trailer. I don't know. Digital Remnant for 5. If Moses Ingram has so many racist detractors, does that also mean Amber Heard's inbox is stuffed with people who can't wait to see her again? Amber Heard's box is certainly stuffed with Elon Musk and James Franco in the immediate aftermath of her marriage with Johnny Depp. So, Clifton 3D for 5 pounds.
I'm not even following that whole thing, but what I can say is, I think her name is Camille or Camilla.
Camille Vasquez.
Yeah.
The lawyer.
I have never seen 100% universal love for one person on social media.
Especially a woman.
Holy crap. So for everybody's like, oh, sex.
She's
I'm
really
like,
broad.
this chick is like a rock star now. Like, I mean, people are going crazy over her.
Yeah.
You know? And
Like, the crazy thing is that, like, it's an attractive, well-spoken, intelligent woman who's been sitting like right next to Johnny Depp the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's very clear that Amber Heard hates her.
Yeah.
Because she's attractive, and she also hates the doctor that I analyzed her.
The blonde or whatever.
Dr. Muffins. I forget her fucking last name right now. But yeah, also hates her because she's attractive, because Amber Heard is just a fucking nut job.
Well, that's
I love that they sat Camille next to Johnny Depp, just so you know. It's like he's not scary. He's not the scary monster that they make him out to be.
Yeah, and that's all. They're all thinking about that before the trial.
Yeah,
100%.
it's all yeah, absolutely. But she's been amazing.
No, yeah, I know.
Dr. Curry, that's it. Yes, thank you guys.
So this Camille chick is like, she's just crushing it, man. I mean, I saw a clip where she just was ripping Amber Heard apart, man, and yeah, like the views on people's videos right now are like insane. Again, if anybody ever calls me a grifter, I missed out on the Super Bowl. There's Krista in Canadian Bear.
Canadian Cub.
Canadian Cub. That's good.
Oh, Cub. That's so cute.
That looks like that. There's like this fucking TikTok or Instagram thing that these people do where they like make different. They go like and they make that face.
Faces,
You know what I'm talking?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That looks like the
Yeah.
beginning of that like video.
Grr.
Yeah. I don't remember what the other parts are.
Oh my God, Krista, you should show the chat the sad faces of the guys in the house that you.
Oh,
made.
that
was
riddle.
really good.
That one's so dumb.
It's
That
so
is so
funny.
funny.
Jay's reaction is so good because
I'm doing okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
I like
allergies.
Ivan. Cameron's wrong.
Let me see if
Cameron's
I
wrong.
can find it.
Cameron's wrong.
Redbeard, or sorry, Clifton 3D for 5. That UN tweet is crazy. First time being dogpiled and not used to it when private. You take that on a daily basis? Wow. I mean, yeah, like the Disney Star Wars stands are out in like full force today, like full fucking force. They are so easily tricked by this shit. But yeah, they will come after you relentlessly, man. And then they say, and then all for you being like, really, this is what Moses Ingram is upset about, these couple things. And they'll say way worse shit to you.
Here it is, right here.
Putting a sad filter on my friends and asking them what's wrong.
Hey,
Someone downstairs said you were sad. Are you sad?
no, why?
Evan, are you so happy that I'm here?
Yes,
Are you sure?
absolutely. Well, we're not big.
Well, my camera says otherwise. I just wanted to make sure.
Cameron's wrong.
Hey Jay, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm okay.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm happy.
You don't look it.
I got allergies.
Well, hope you get better.
Don't read for it.
I just thought you look a little sad and I wanted to cheer you up.
I'm not sad.
Are you sure?
Perfectly content here by myself. Now I'm a little upset that you're here.
I'm sorry.
Putting a sad filter on my friends.
Did everybody else know that was happening?
I didn't.
And then
That's why I didn't have a
there's-
good reaction. Wait, are we
And
gonna get
then-
hit for this, or are we gonna get hit for this?
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
I
Never
mean,
mind.
it doesn't matter.
No, it's fine.
No,
Go
go
to-
ahead.
No,
show it.
no.
No, don't, because then we get
Don't.
hit for it. Okay. But if you guys want to
Um,
see that, you can go over to our Instagram. And by the way, between Instagram and YouTube Shorts, you're going to see a lot of content that Steph and Krista are going to be putting together. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Redbeard for 10. My dad and I think Iron Man 1 is the best Marvel film. Iron Man 3 killed us. My medical nurse agrees. Couldn't remember anything much in Civil War. Iron Man 1 is still great and still holds up really fucking well. It's back when they were still using like a lot of practical effects along with touches of CGI. So it holds up really fucking good.
Agreed.
Patrick T. Oh, we already read that one. Again, sorry we didn't see you there, Patrick. Ty Sloan for 5. How come Marvel didn't just use Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel, in the MCU? Why use a character that's not even like her just because she's Arab? Well, the character is created in the comic books within the last 8 or 9 years and has failed in the comic books over and over again. She was created simply for diversity, and that's what the MCU wants. Michaela Rose, what's up, Michaela, for 5? Keep up the great work, guys. Stay unfiltered and pissed about the destruction of our culture. Will do, Michaela. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brett Tesdale for 5. Hail, Gary. Hail, Jeremy. Hail, Ryan. Hail, Tuesday Night Tights. Certainly felt that way a little bit today. Thank you, Brett. Anthony Gaming for 5. Have you heard of the new Blue Beetle movie? And I'll come get your thoughts on Is Stargirl Woke? I have actually saw some leaked set pictures. It's starring the guy from Cobra Kai, who plays Miguel in Cobra Kai. He's gonna be he's gonna be Blue Beetle. I imagine it'll be dog shit like most everything else DC's planning on lately. So we'll see.
We
Bird up.
We got a 20 from Horror Amarada. It's now my goal to call Ryan the F slur when I finally meet him. I better start practicing so it comes out naturally. Funny story on that. We met someone at the meetup that just made Ryan laugh his ass off. That was so funny. Similar story.
Yeah, similar vocabulary. Yeah, well, if you're like me, you've been practicing your whole life to have that roll off the tongue, and you got to change that for YouTube. So,
and we got Lar 1996 with a 20. Thank you, Lar. Says nothing as always. Thank you, Lar.
What a blar. Bird up for 20. I've brought it up before, but back when Attack of the Clones came out, These two guys were featured on today's show for being in line for the movie months in advance. These are the kind of fans Lucasfilm is turning away. Absolutely. They've been doing it for 10 years. I'm just kind of surprised anyone's left. But, you know, so many people, even with everything we've said, even with all the casting decisions, all the like preemptive stuff that was coming out, all the leaks, they said, you know what? If they don't do Kenobi right, I'm out. I'm finally going to be out. Now you got Ewan McGregor making car videos, essentially backing Star Wars, saying that if you don't like Moses Ingram, it's because you're a racist, pushing a lie about these attacks on Moses Ingram. That's Ewan McGregor. So what has Disney Star Wars done now? How do you feel about Obi-Wan now? How do you feel about Ewan McGregor now? It all just gets worse with Lucasfilm.
Yeah, I really don't want to like finish this. I don't want to watch any more of it. I'm gonna put another.
Jeremy doesn't want to finish. Mr. Grant Gregory, someone could clip that for something good. Mr. Grant Gregory for 5. Super pumped. Gary's on the panel. Looking forward to having you guys on my show this week. Or you on my show this week, Gary? Hail! Thank you, Mr. Grant Gregory. Winslow Friday for 20. Pretty wild how we saw none of this racism for Billy D. Williams. J.E.J. Who's J.E.J.? I don't know. Samuel Jackson.
So I just put a poll in chat. Should I finish watching Kenobi? Remember, the only reason I watched first 2 episodes because 80% of you said yes, that I should watch it. Now,
James Earl Jones.
Can I just not? So right now it's close. It's close.
And so funny how we didn't see any of this racism for Billy D. Williams, James Earl Jones, Samuel L. Jackson, John Boyega, Donald Glover, secondary characters from the prequel, the entire cast of Rogue One, Ming-Na Wen, and 30-plus years of characters from EU content. It's because they aren't actually racist. Isn't that funny? Mm-hmm. Ashton the Slytherin, again, for that $10. She-Hulk looks like a bad remake of The Mask. Looks fucking horrendous. You're right, Ashton. Techie for $20. Getting caught from when you guys were talking about fuck Marvel making alternative media. I want your opinion on based video games. It makes me want to learn how to program and build this effort. I know Team Sneed has Cuck Simulator on, so they got a Jack Murphy expansion. There's a Kyle Rittenhouse game out there.
Yeah, I heard about that one. I mean, you know, we've actually, like, again, if you just, I don't want to put any, you know, crazy expectations on it other than I think it's fun. But if you want to check out our video game, Fact Blast, it's usually in every description. I'm sure the mods can drop a link to it now. You know, T-Rev, the game dev, you know, developed this video game, and it's basically a game where I go around with facts and I throw them at NPCs that are, you know, spewing out nonsense. And I think it's a great game. I'm a little biased, obviously, but it's very challenging, and it's got a cool little theme to it. It's got really good music, and we are currently developing the sequel to Fact Blast, Cancel Catastrophe, and that will have more of the Geeks and Gamers team in it. And there's more power-ups and everything like that. And that's kind of building us to the next level of game development. And hopefully we'll be able to create something a little more, you know, original in its IP and not so specific to us. But it's a process to get there. So we're working on getting there. And there's Minority Home, who's got the link to that. But if you guys want to go check that out, I like it a lot. And I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, the poll's at 50-50 right now.
Oof. An Aquaman for 5. Bale wore prosthetics in American Hustle. I bet it was the studio, not Bale, that made Gore into skinny Kratos. I predict an incel narrative with Gore. I don't know.
Christian Bale doesn't strike me as the type of person who really cares about what he gets out of it, outside of the fact that he's this, you know, psychotic actor. But I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a crazy person. But in terms of, like, he doesn't have this like movie star arrogance about him from the fact that he needs to be the central figure, you know what I mean, and everything. So he doesn't strike me as that type of guy. Maybe I'm wrong, but
yeah, I mean, I think he thinks more about just like what they're going for with the movie than any of the outside shit. But I don't know.
Monopoly says vote yes. The Geeks and Gamers main channel needs content. 50-50 means you have to, Jeremy. Yeah, I don't really see any way out of this. So, just know I'd love all of you, and I will do it for you if you tell me that I have to.
Brett Tesdale for 10. My oldest daughter's been wanting to go to Disney for years. We've talked about going. This July, we're headed to Orlando for an RV vacation and going to Universal Studios. Fuck Disney. Thank you, Brett. Love that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You'll like it.
I do, and I'm not making this in a. This is a genuine question I have for you, Boomerotic. It says, I love Geeks and Gamers, but maybe deliver on some of these promises, Jeremy, before promising more. Again, that said, enjoy the content, keep it up. Genuine question on like, what are some of the promises that haven't been delivered? I'm not saying there aren't, because I do throw a lot of stuff out there, but is there anything specific that you can point to that? And again, if not, that's fine. I'm not trying to. It's not a gotcha question. Genuine wanting the feedback. So, go ahead, Ryan.
Patrick T for 10. What if Obi-Wan learned how to hide his presence on Tatooine and Vader regularly visited Tatooine to gain more hate points in the Force pre-New Hope? Makes sense in canon. I don't think that Vader would go to Tatooine.
Yeah, it's just doesn't even seem.
He wouldn't just go there for nothing, because of all the fucking he didn't go there. Right, until he went there to get his mom, and I don't think he really has any desire to go back as a person. So, it is a decent place to hide for Kenobi because of that. But the fact that he got tracked down by another Jedi like fucking immediately while he was there was kind of laughable. I will say this about Kenobi: I've seen a lot of people that have criticisms for the show that are really bad criticisms. Criticizing Obi-Wan for not using the Force or using his lightsaber. He's fucking hiding. He shouldn't be doing those things, right? He shouldn't be out in the open doing those things. He is supposed to be in hiding and should be in hiding. We're about to see, probably in this show, we've already seen some from the previews and stuff, that will happen. He's going to have to do that, but he's in hiding. This whole show should be him doing nothing. This whole show should be him fucking going into town once a week to get supplies and then going back and just sitting and fucking meditating and having flashbacks. But that's not a very good series for them. So I have him do a bunch of shit he shouldn't be doing. But anyway, Antoine Soldier. Oh, it skipped on me. You guys are fucking.
All right, I'm gonna end the poll at 52 to 48. Looks like I'm watching Kenobi. Well, hey, I'm here to do whatever the audience asked me to do. I really felt like that was my chance to get the vote to where I wouldn't have to. I was like, all right, there's no. After Ryan kind of reminds everybody of Ewan McGregor, like, there's my chance. So, yeah. When is it? Like,
and Joe Moran says Yoda gave him homework, Ryan. Yeah, exactly. That's what he needs to be meditating, to try to talk to Qui-Gon. That's literally all that he needs to be doing. Watching over Luke, trying to talk to Qui-Gon. That's it. So, yeah, he shouldn't be just randomly using the Force out in public. He shouldn't be snapping his lightsaber on at every fucking sign of trouble. So, Antoine Soldier for Canadian 279. Thanks for toughing it out, Jeremy. Eat some hot soup.
Yeah, I've been eating chicken noodle soup.
Hell yeah. Abomination AJ for 10. Can I get the channel plug? I'm on my way. Got to keep grinding. Check out Abomination AJ. Thanks, man.
Abomination AJ. Check him out.
Marla's non-threatening unit for 2. Hey, guys, where'd RMB go? Did he realign with Wokedom? I don't know.
I mean, RMB's always, he's friends with everybody. So I love Robert Meyer Burnett. So
yeah, he just talks to people like on a conversation by conversation basis. He doesn't sit there and like say, I'll never talk to these people because of that. So
yeah.
Where am I? Chris Meckett for 20. Huge love to all the people on the team at Geeks and Gamers. Continue supporting the fans. We'll be happy, or we'll be here to support y'all. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, Chris. Mute Gamer for 5. What they're doing with Tales of the Jedi bothers me more than Kenobi. A terrific comic series being used as a show for Ahsoka, Qui-Gon, and Dooku. Yeah, that really fucking pisses me off. For those of you who don't know, Tales of the Jedi was a comic book run at a couple different iterations, but it was like in the mid 90s. And it was primarily set 4,000 to 5,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. It was Old Republic. It was like old stories of Jedi and old Sith and the battles they had and shit. Great fucking stories, great comic books. We got told there's an animated Tales of the Jedi series in production. Dave Filoni's in charge of it, and turns out it's going to be set in the prequel era, and of course Ahsoka's going to be in it. And they're using the same fucking logo. The same Tales of the Jedi logo that was on the page for something that has nothing to do with that. It's like, you can't even make up your own fucking title for this shit, man.
And I'm even burnt out on the Ahsoka stuff. You know what I mean? Like, even I'm tired of it. It's like,
dude, it's everything, man.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if you can make something.
Doesn't take away from how big of a fan I am of the character and what Filoni's done. I love everything he's done with that character up to this point, but good Lord, man. It's just like anything else. It's like, I talk about this a lot with like the Joker from The Dark Knight. You know what I mean? Like, the reason that we look back on that is this: there's so much mystery still with him. There's so many questions. What was his origin? Where did he come from? What was his? He said all these different versions of, you know, how I got these scars and no one knows the truth, and it's all up to the audience's interpretation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Inception. You know, Gary was talking about, you know, nerd debates. You know, we're never going to know the answer to the end of Inception. You know what I mean? Like, keep questions out there. You don't have to answer every aspect of everything, and so I feel like we're getting way too much. Like, Ahsoka's easily one of the most popular characters in Star Wars. Not even close. I just think we're getting way too much context at it. Now, we don't need every question answered. We don't need every aspect of her life explored. We just don't. Yeah.
And to me, like, even like beyond that, which, yeah, I certainly don't need that. I can see how some people would, and that's probably why they think there's demand for it. There might be demand for it. But for me, every time you do this, you make the Star Wars universe smaller. Every time you put like Ahsoka into something and have her interact with all these other people, it's just like, how fucking small is this universe? Which is then it takes away my suspension of disbelief a little more.
Yep. We got Grandmaster Chris for 5. Lucasfilm, the fans are just toxic, racist fanboys. Also, Lucasfilm race swaps Jan. Is it, how do you say this? ARORS, an Asian woman.
Jan Ors? Yeah, they whitewashed her, turned her to Jyn Erso.
Yeah, Jyn Erso, a white woman. Hail to you all at Geeks and Gamers. Keep exposing the hypocrisy of Hollywood. P.S. Pineapple plus pizza equals cancer. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. East Coast Toasty Boo. I agree that she should have.
Is it Boo or Boy?
It says Boo. It cuts off.
What the fuck?
It's East Coast Toasty BOO. Now, unless there's more to the name. So there's 2. No, there's actually 2. It says, okay, I meant boy in my name from the last. So yeah. So the first one. Yeah, the first one. I guess. So I guess when you send to Streamlabs, you have to type in your name. Is that how it goes the first time?
I think the first time, probably.
So yeah, so the first one says East Coast Toasty Boo. The second one has boy. It's got the B-O or the B-O-I. So my bad on that. But he even sent a $3 to correct that. But East Coast Toasty Boy. I agree that she shouldn't get death threats and shit. The prequel actors got that for fuck's sake. Even sequel actors don't deserve such treatment. However, we all know it. We all know it isn't racist comments. It's valid, honest criticisms of a bad performance. Yeah, again, you can pick out a comment here and a comment there. That's fine. That does not deserve the attention that has been placed upon this. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And then we've got, all right, a couple. You go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Hot Sauce for 2. Shout out from San Antonio. See y'all in Dallas. Thank you, Hot Sauce. Appreciate that. Again, pretty much the only rule, unless you're being like real fucked up, is don't spam. So don't spam.
That's it.
Skeletor for 10. Jeremy, hope you feel better soon. Sorry I couldn't meet you at MegaCon or City Walk. Had some personal things come up, but I'm hoping there will be a next time. Thank you, Skeletor.
Absolutely. Man, based on how you guys turned out, there would definitely be more stuff like that. Plus, we have the October deal we're trying to get finalized. So,
yeah. Modalicious for 5. Top Gun Maverick, superb movie or just good movie surrounded by crap?
superb movie.
I think it's a really fucking good movie. But it definitely stands out as well because it is surrounded by crap. But I don't think that takes away from it's just fucking solid, man. It's a throwback to some. It is a bit predictable. That was one thing I said, but it's predictable in a good way, because it's the things that make sense for these characters and the way that a movie 20 years ago was structured, where all these things paid off that they set up and all these characters inevitably do make the decisions that you think that they should make.
It's not The Godfather. It's not The Empire Strikes Back, okay? It's not, something like that. We're not talking The Dark Knight, okay? It's not these things. But what it is it is the perfect sequel to an iconic 80s action movie. There's nothing I would change about this movie. Nothing. Like, it's just so well done. It's so well done, and the payoffs are good. Everything about it just works, so it's really good.
It's a great action movie.
Yes, it is.
I think that if it wasn't surrounded by crap, it would still be a great action movie. I would still like it, even if it wasn't, even if the entertainment that we're receiving now isn't great, it's still a phenomenal flick.
Yep.
There you go. Michael Amato for 10. Just saw the matinee of Top Gun Maverick with my girlfriend. Had low expectations, so I heard G&G Gary Drinker's rave reviews. As Gen Xers, we loved it. Excellent sequel to an 80s classic. Thanks for reviews. Hail G&G. Glad you liked it, Michael. It's awesome. Ray Studios for 5. John Campia basically called Jeremy, Ryan, Eric July, and Gary racist on his show. I'm going off on him in my stream tonight. I don't think he called us out by name. I imagine he was just talking in generalities because he's kind of a fucking bitch like that.
Yeah,
but
he won't call me out by name. I've been down that road with him. He won't mention my name. I'm boogeyman to him.
009 for Canadian 7. Ewan cheats on his wife McGregor. Just put out a video on racism defending Moses, shill of the Force. Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want, but yeah, don't call fans racist.
Yep.
Maestro Eccentric for 10. Disney is coming for you guys hard. Hold tight. Well, to be honest, I think we're a little too old for Disney, so I don't know if they're actually coming for us, but we appreciate the warning, Maestro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a groomer joke. Jesus Davila for 2 with a thumbs up super sticker. Thank you, Jesus. JS Pena for 2. Gary only likes Star Trek season 4 because pineapple on pizza is mentioned. Or Stranger Things. Sorry, Stranger Things season 4 because pineapple on pizza is mentioned. I bet all those fucking weirdos like pineapple on pizza. I know nothing about Stranger Things, but all those kids seem like fucking weirdo freaks to me. So, Anthony Gaming for Aussie 5. Did you know the making of the Blue Beetle movie? What do you think about the Star Girl is woke? I didn't really watch Star Girl.
You think you read that one already?
It was a slightly different one.
Okay.
But it's a similar super chat.
Okay.
But thank you, Anthony Gaming. I don't know. Emperor Creatine for 2. I just wanted to play video games, and then you shot a bunch of people. Soul Man for 5. Disney lost my subscription over Gina. Now they lost me over everything else, calling me a racist over not liking Obi-Wan. You need to take away the money. Here you go, Soul Man. We're never going to tell you guys what to do or not to do. That's to everybody's own decision. So support whatever you want to do. The Gilk Man for 5. Did you see the short video Ewan put up about Moses? We did. Ted Cruz is a sad excuse for a senator.
He fucking sucks. He's garbage.
Hot Sauce for 2. Y'all have any Gina / Wham to play? I don't know. What's Wham? WHAM?
George Michael Wham?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what Wham is? Like the group?
What does
George
that mean?
Michael?
No. Is that George Michael's band?
Yeah, what's their fucking song? Last
I just know George Michael.
I think Last Christmas wasn't one of their songs. Or wake me up before you go. That's it. Wake me up before you go. That's it.
I just know George Michael. I didn't know group's called Wham.
Isn't that the name of the band they had with Wake Me Up Before You Go? I think.
I don't know. So it says y'all have any Gina /WHAM to play.
Yeah, it's got to be Wham. Yeah. So if Patrick Bateman was here, he'd definitely let us know. So.
Let's see. Ender 0 for 10. Love you guys. Keep up the strong work. Appreciate it, Ender 0. Kyle Denson for 5. Do you guys see Disney blackface the blue fairy character from Pinocchio in this upcoming live action film? No. Wasn't there like an animated Pinocchio that was like Pauly Shore just recently?
Yes. Yeah. We did a reaction to it. So.
I don't know what this new Pinocchio is. Master Hacker for Canadian 5. What's the take on Kenobi? Yo just got here. I personally hate the chase scenes in Riva, but enjoy everything else. By the way, bottom right is banging. Well, that was Gary. I assume you're talking about Gary. He looks pretty good for his age, despite all the drug use. So yeah. I get what you're saying, Master Hacker. I don't think Kenobi's very good. I agree. Riva and the chase scenes are bad. I think they go a little overboard with how Obi-Wan's like, I'm not the man I used to be. You know, I said from the beginning, people aren't going to like this because Obi-Wan is going to be depressed, is going to be downtrodden, and he should be. He fucking failed at everything, right? But he does have a mission. He does still have a purpose. So the idea, if you're going to make him go on this adventure, I think it's stupid. He shouldn't, the excuse for him shouldn't be, I'm not the same man I was, Bail. Find someone else. Like, it shouldn't be the case.
So the chat is saying that Wham does Careless Whisper, like yeah. So Careless Whisper for Gina.
Oh, that makes sense. We don't have any of that to play, I don't think. But thank you, Cajun Corey Rourke for 2. Go G&G, Gary and Eric. Thank you, Cajun Corey Rourke.
So that's what they're talking about with the whole J thing.
With the Gina Wham, yeah. Boogie Boo for 5. Heard a rumor that China turned one of their satellites to spy on the Dark Star in Top Gun 2 because it was so convincing. Maybe. John Krushke for 5. When we get our first VCR in the 80s, we got 2 tapes to go with it. Top Gun and Howard the Duck. I've seen Top Gun like 500 times. That is a lot. That is a lot of times. That's awesome. Marcus Henry for 5. No offense. Krista kind of looks like Cardi B, 100.
Really? I don't see it, but thanks.
The fuck? That's weird. That's kind of weird, Marcus.
Rawr.
Looks like Cardi B with the
Maybe in that
rawr.
picture. Yeah.
Do you have any where you look a little darker?
No.
Gerald Armstrong. I don't know. I figure it's a Canadian thing. Look at Justin Trudeau.
I'm holding coughs in and
You're holding coughs in?
Like Jay. Gerald Armstrong for 5. The Dark Star is boss on Ace Combat 7. Yeah, I heard a lot of Ace Combat 7 references for Top Gun 2. Emperor Creatine for 5. Diversity higher characters are a shield for bad writing. This strategy has been pulled so often it's downright tiring and formulaic. Yeah, 100%. Nerd Cookies for 2. Kenobi's terrible. I agree, Nerd Cookies. Good to see you here, Nerd Cookies. Ty Sloan for 10. If you like Marvel, do you think Kamala Khan was made to help boost Marvel's image in the Middle East? And would Stan Lee support tokenization? It's a shame he can't rest because of license. Ty, you're fucking crazy, man. I don't think that Kamala Khan was made to help boost Marvel's image in the Middle East. I think it was made specifically to help one fucking Pakistani immigrant, the person who created her, feel better about herself. I don't think there was any more thought put to it than that, because that's what these garbage ass comic creators do nowadays. Would Stan Lee support tokenization? No, I don't think so. Stan Lee created a lot of different characters in his life with a lot of different backgrounds. I don't think he would support necessarily just taking a character and race swapping them for no reason, rather than just creating a different character.
I'll probably be kind of controversial with this because people, they love Stan Lee and I love Stan Lee, but I mean, I look at like Larry Hama, the guy who created literally all of my favorite G.I. Joe characters. You know what I mean? Iconic characters, legendary stories. He's woke as fuck now. You know what I mean? He's not the legend that Stan Lee was, and he's not the genius Stan Lee was. But I guess my point is it's just like I've seen so many people that I looked up to just in this world just bend the knee to the nonsense that I have no idea, man. I have no idea what it's just disgusting to watch so many great people fall, to wokeness. It's just unbelievable.
Well, I think like when it comes to that's two different questions, I suppose. Would he publicly support it? Possibly. For the reputation and the Hollywood stuff. But when I look at Stan Lee and I look at the very diverse group of characters that he created, I definitely think he would support creating more diverse characters with different backgrounds as opposed to just doing one the cheap way, But I don't know. I'm sure you can find one or two that he did that for probably, and you'd be like, oh, look, you're wrong. But I don't know. Homerostasis for 5. Total Recall, real or part of the trip? Total Recall is real. I saw Arnold take his helmet off on Mars and his eyes popped out. All right, let's catch up on all these Streamlabs. Zenny Biscuit. What's up, Zenny Biscuit for 3? Loved Top Gun. Didn't care for the songs they played during the football scene in the last part of the movie. Granddad served on the Big E back in the 60s. I was, the Enterprise was in the dry dock for essentially decommissioning right next to my ship for several years when I was in Virginia. So I was right by the Big E. Zenny Biscuit. I loved all the jet noise, the sound of freedom. Yeah, I love Top Gun. It's fucking awesome. Inakmamon for 3. I, for one, detest racism, particularly against black women. I fight against racism and show my respect for black women by alternating my FFM porn with 2 black gals instead of my usual go-to of a redhead and a blonde. If I get a redhead and a black girl. Thank you, Inakmamon. It's very stunning and brave. Grundy Peebo for $1. Hey, Ripa, looking forward to your comic coming out. Are we allowed to know what title you're going to call it? Just so it's easy to look up info in regards. If not, no worries. Thank you, Grundy Peebo. Other than the Ripaverse, I don't have any idea what it's going to be called. So
Jaro 96 says, have you seen Grace pronounce Qui-Gon? She says she knows Star Wars. I have not heard that, but I'd like to hear her pronouncing Qui-Gon.
You say like Qui-Gon or something?
Kugan?
It's like Qui-Gon. I bet it's Qui-Gon. Let's see, there's Jay Schwalbox. Inakmamon for 3. Yeah. I just want to let you guys know, I'm not one of those weirdos sending fucked up messages to you. I might have sent some dick pics. I'm not sure, though. Never sniff airplane glue and take a handful of amphetamine, kids. Don't matter how hot the girl is.
Oh, my God.
Inakmamon for 3. I hope we'll someday see JJ, Betty, Kurtzman, and all the other Beatty, Kurtzman, all the other hacks who fell upwards, fired and out of Hollywood. If there's any justice, they'll end up street walking in short skirts, holding cardboard signs that say, we'll suck cock for IPs. Thank you. And I like Inakmamon's chats.
I do too. I think that's it. I think that we're caught up.
There's East Coast Toasty, Boo and Boy, Low Watermark. We said Low Watermark's $100 over on Streamlabs, right? Mm-hmm. You guys are on top of all this, the best. Yep. We said that one. Grandmaster Chris, you did that.
If you're still watching, thank you so much for those bombs you dropped on us on FNT, man. That was awesome.
Did you read Samurai Vaders for $1?
No.
Gary, now I know I was wrong. I messed up and now you're gone. Gary, I'm sorry I neglected you. Oh, I never expected you to run away and leave me feeling this empty. Your meow right now would sound like music to me. Please come home because I miss you, Gary. What are you laughing at?
You.
There you go. Thank you, Samurai Vader. I was hoping you'd tell Rip with somebody who died. Jaro for 2. Have you seen? We haven't. That was the one that Jeremy just read. Haven't heard Grace pronounce Qui-Gon, but I have to keep it up,
Yeah,
or I
I'll
have to look
check
out
that
for it. So, and I think we're all done.
All right,
hold on. We did get from Raging Ryan. I think we got a Odyssey sticker. The Odyssey stream's down, obviously, since we had to do whatever. But thank you for the super or the hyper sticker over on Odyssey. Appreciate that. Monopoly loser for 2. Qui-Gon is the unbreaded Jedi.
Thank you guys so much. Hopefully I'll be better tomorrow. Yeah, so much for 2 hours. What are you gonna do? You know, you guys blew it up tonight. We appreciate it. I feel like crap, but it's always nice to stream and get feedback from you guys. And definitely gonna take a lot of that in consideration. Looks like I'm still watching Kenobi. But yeah, you guys are the best. So I thank Gary and Ripa for coming on. You know, it was really awesome to have that stream. And then Ryan did a great job as always. Steph with the timestamps. Krista doing her thing with the Canadian Bear get up.
Right.
Yeah, so I have to get ready. I have to get better for FNT because we got Alex fucking Jones on. So, so see you guys soon. Other than
Josh
that,
Krushke for 2. I was in the Navy, 92 to 96, CVN 71, Teddy Roosevelt. I trained a lot of people on the Teddy Roosevelt when I was out in San Diego, actually. So that's cool, Josh. Good to hear. Eric K for 2. Get better before FNT. We need you. And then the Common Nerd for 2. 1 of 554. JK, I'm not George. Thank you, Common Nerd. Yeah, George, again, we miss having everybody else on tonight. We tried to keep it short. You saw how that worked, 4 fucking hours.
yeah,
So,
if I would have had the full panel, this would have been a 7 or 8 hour stream, and I can't do it tonight. So, but almost had to cough. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Appreciate all of you. As soon as I'm feeling better, I'll be back on the grind. I'll be making content here on this channel, along with all the other channels. Welcome Fear the Beardo to the team. Looking forward to what you're going to be doing over on Sports Wars. You guys go subscribe to Fear the Beardo. Follow him on Twitter. Other than that, thank you, Steph. Thank you, Krista. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Have a great night, guys, and we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.
Don't cough like that.
Rawr.
I don't cough like cats.